After we played 6 innings here at Cardines Field on Monday, let's hope we get 7. How you doing, everybody? I'm Zach Letson, getting you set for a Gulls game day between the 2-0 Newport Gulls and the 2-1 Keene Swamp Bats. It's an unblemished record for Newport, who started out their season with a win in Holyoke on Thursday and a 6-inning victory right here on Cardines Field on Monday, 8-4 over the Valley Blue Sox. Now the defending NECBL champs come to town, the Keene Swamp Bats. Gulls and Swamp Bats coming up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network, so the Gulls pregame show starts right now.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Medeiros here alongside Matt Wood, one of the players of the game on Monday night's game. He went 1 for 4 with a 2-run go-ahead double in the 5th inning to put the Gulls on top, and they never looked back, winning 8-4 in a fog-shortened game. Matt, I have to ask you, how good did it feel to contribute to the win on Monday night's game?
Felt great. I started off struggling at the plate with 2 strikeouts, so I just thought to myself, shorten up, just put the ball in play, and good things will happen. That's always been my approach. So, once I saw the ball, bat hit the ball, felt great.
Yeah, and you mentioned to me right before this interview that this is your first time in Newport. You played college baseball about 2 hours away from your hometown at Penn State. Now you're almost triple that distance away from home. How have you been adjusting to life by the city by the sea?
It's been great. Everybody here, my host family, coaches, players have made the transition very easy. It's a beautiful town. I couldn't think of a better place to be playing summer ball.
Yeah, last night you DH'd. Tonight you're behind the plate. You got a fair amount of experience at both those positions in your college career. Obviously, catching's a lot more of a defensively demanding position. I want to ask you, when you're DHing, though, how do you maintain that focus in the game in between at-bats?
I think just sticking to my mental approach, staying with the game, helping other catchers is one way that I really like to do it. Sitting, on a chair on the bench and just, being engaged in the game. And then when it's my time to come up to the plate, just stick to my routine and, yeah.
Yeah, and let's stick on the offensive side of the ball. You had an excellent offensive season at Penn State this season. You walked 19 times, which helped boost your on base to about 396. How do you maintain that consistent approach and eye at the plate?
It's just about trusting my process and routine. I really worked on it a lot over this past winter. Just being relaxed when I'm at the plate, getting pitches that I can drive and making sure that I'm not chasing.
So you've been on the Gulls for about a week. I'm going to look at the catching side of things. You've had to learn a lot of new pitchers' repertoire since you've been here. How have you tried to speed up that learning process to make sure that you can catch these guys effectively?
Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, hopping in and catching a bunch of guys, who come from different programs, different methodologies. I've just trying to have fun with it, try to learn as much as I can. But we try to keep it simple and just make sure that they're developing, they're working on what they need to work on, I'm working on what I need to work on, and just both having a good time at the same time.
All right, that was tonight's starting catcher, Matt Wood. The NECBL Broadcast Network pregame show continues next.
Doctors at University Orthopedics have been caring for the people of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts for more than 40 years. With the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, we train the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. We've built state-of-the-art facilities from Westerly to Mansfield. At our East Bay Surgery Center, we've performed thousands of surgeries, including same-day total joint replacements. We've grown through the years, but our goal has always been to get you and your next generation back to doing what you love to do. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. It's Gulls Eye View. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside tonight's Gulls starting pitcher, Justin Cherry. Justin, you were a Gull in 2019, you're a Gull in 2021. How's it feel to be back?
Feels awesome. I mean, you can't really ask for a better summer ball place than Cardines and Newport. Just the crowd, the environment, place to be in the summer. It's beautiful. So I'm really happy to be back.
Well, that was a really fun team in 2019 that you were a part of. 27 wins, a run into the postseason here in the NECBL. What was your favorite part about being a part of that team?
Probably just all the guys. Like we just got really close. Jimmy Kingsbury had an apartment up in right field, so we spent a lot of time there playing Mario baseball on the GameCube. So couldn't ask for more than that.
Well, you pitched more innings on this Gulls team than any other pitcher in 2019, and here you are starting on the third game of the season for the Gulls. What worked for you in 2019, and what are you looking to try to continue this year here in summer ball with Newport?
What worked for me was just throwing strikes, and honestly, it was a lot of the hitters. They just helped me out a lot, and I think it's just like the connection with the guys was the biggest thing.
Well, Justin, thanks so much for the time. The Gulls pregame show continues next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Gulls head coach Kevin Winterode. Coach, it was a big night for your team on Monday, even in a 6-inning game. Took a little while for the bats to get going, but 7 runs in the third and fourth inning. What clicked for you guys?
I just think they saw the pitcher enough, and he was pretty sharp early, and I think our kids made good adjustments. And when we got pitches to hit, we hit them well.
Well, one big addition for your team, Peter Ceruto. He joined the team on Monday in that victory. 2 hits, including that big 2 RBI double. How big was that addition?
Well, I think that's really big. Peter's really good behind the plate. He's also played at Newport, so he's played in the league and kind of knows the expectations. So it was big, and it happened at the right time for us.
Well, you guys are playing a Keene team that's off to a good start themselves, 2-1 after you played a Valley team that's had won 3 in a row coming into this game. What's the key to beating another team off of a good start?
Well, I don't think you worry about the other team. I think I worry about us, and we just have to do our thing and be good at what we do. They just give us a chance to play the game.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. Pre-game show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Swing and a miss. The Newport Gulls are the 2014 NECBL champions. The Gulls, for the 6th time in franchise history, will hoist the Fay Vincent Cup.
This is Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2-2 pitch. Swinging and a miss. He struck him out. 19 strikeouts for Chase Reed.
Newport Gulls baseball is brought to you by Sullivan Tire, South Coast Health, by Newport Glass, better call Newport Glass, and by Serve Pro.
Gulls win on a 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th by Kyle Haker. You can't forget about it. Home run game tied.
By 3N2, the official footwear of the Newport Gulls. And Raytheon, proud supporters of Military Appreciation Night, the People's Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Fanatic About Reading Night, and by Tiverton Little League, by Taylor Rental, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation, by the 2020 U.S. Senior Open at Newport Country Club, and by Shane Ramos and the Gatsby Yacht Club.
Strike 3. And Brett Gray strikes out the side.
By Diamond, the official baseball of the NECBL. Diamond, simply the best. By the Brick Alley Pub and Restaurant in Newport. By the town of Middletown. And by Salve Regina University.
Take 1 pitch, 1 out, 1 inning at a time.
By Clements Marketplace. Fire Dermatology. Newport Financial. And by Sakuchi Honda.
It's going in the air to center field deep. Going back to Shane O'Jr. Still going back at the wall. He leaps. And he makes the catch. Here's a throw back to first. It's a long throw. It will be in time. He's out at double play. Can you believe it? This one's over. Carl Wilcox strikes out the side here in the ninth. Bringing a line drive right at Jeff Miller. He steps to the back for the double play. Or it's a triple play. An unassisted triple play. Can you believe it?
By Newport Daily News. Atria Senior Living. Newport County YMCA. And Horan Building and Construction.
Ground ball, Weasley hit right side. Fielded by Donald. Throws to second. Out there. Relay to first. Double play, and the inning is over. The Newport Gulls set the new NECBL record for wins in a season with 32. Swinging and driving in right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Running third is Butler. He will be away at home. The relay to the plate is not in time. Newport Gulls win 1-0. Is coming home. He scores, and the Gulls win.
By Newport Craft Brewing and by the Atlantis Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors.
Let's go, Gulls! Let's go! Let's go, Gulls! Let's go!
And the Newport Gulls have pitched a no-hitter.
Shows you how good of a team we are. That's why we're in first place. Yep, let's keep going.
It goes to third. It's going to be a double play. This one is back at the wall, and it is gone.
By Viking Tours, the official travel company of the Newport Gulls. By Dr. Nathan Tillman, Newport Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, the official Newport Gulls team dentist. By First Command Financial Planning and the Newport County Prevention Coalition.
Number 300 for skipper Mike Coons.
Lined into left field. That will get over Harvard's head and bounce all the way to the wall. Jeffing scores from third, and Newport walks off.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. The Newport Gulls are the 2009 NECBL champions. The Gulls mob Jeff Brown behind the mound as the Gulls become the first team in league history to win 4 Fay Vincent Cups.
Once again, here is Zach Letson and the Newport Gulls broadcast team.
Welcome you into a Gulls game day here at Cardines Field. A Wednesday night matchup between the 2-0 Newport Gulls and the 2-1 Keene Swamp Bats. Welcome you in to historic Cardines Field. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Gulls field reporter Ryan Medeiros. And Ryan, it's a little different of a game tonight for the Gulls, a 7-inning game. But it's been a little odd of a way to kind of start things this season when we had a 6-inning game, a game that the Gulls took against the Valley Blue Sox.
Yeah, absolutely, Zach. You mentioned how it's an unusual game because it's 7 innings, but hey, that's going to be more than we had a night ago.
7 innings coming up here in Newport, but first, tonight's national anthem.
ROTC program. The field to perform tonight's national anthem, a Quebec Island resident who proudly calls Newport home, Chelsea Ambrose.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so
Thank you again to the Red Sox Foundation, and let's get ready to play some baseball.
Let's get ready to play some baseball is right. 8 minutes away from first pitch at Cardines Field in this exhibition match between the 2-1 defending NECBL champion Keene Swamp Bats and the Newport Gulls, coming in at 2-0. And well, Ryan, we touched on it a little bit before went to the anthem. This is a Keene team that's coming off of 2 wins in their first 3 games, but a Newport team that has played really good ball to start out the year.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the 13 hits they had on opening night. They followed it up with 9 hits on Monday night in the home opener. The Bats just keep on going, and it's going to be really fantastic to see if they can continue that offensive surge against a fairly inexperienced starter in Adam Grintz.
When we talk about it, the Gulls, they start out the season with a win on the road against the Valley Blue Sox at 9 innings, then just a 6-inning victory on Monday against Valley, but now a new opportunity against Keene. So I'll toss it over to you to kind of introduce us to how Keene is going to be looking tonight in the field.
Well, we'll take a look at Keene's defensive alignment. Through the outfield, you have Almonte in left, Nice-Door in center, and Edelman in right. Across the infield, you have Melendez at third, Bryant at short, Taylor at second, Williams at first, and Guzman will be doing the catching for Grintz.
So that is how Keene will look. They will lead off with Mikey Edelman at the top of the lineup, the right fielder, and then David Bryant will hit second. Has been outstanding for Keene to start the season and was outstanding this year with Radford University. Michael Neister will hit behind him and play center field. David Williams will be doing the cleanup hitting, playing at first base. Carlos Guzman hitting fifth and doing the catching. Matt Almonte, as we mentioned, out in left field. Ethan Groff making his Keene Swamp Bats debut this season in the designated hitter role. Brandon Taylor right behind him playing second base in his 4th game for Keene. And Axel Melendez rounds out the order and plays third. Let's get you the hometown Gulls starting lineup. And the game that we're open, trying to get a full game in tonight for the first time this season. Newport will send out a pretty similar group to the group that we saw Monday night, leading off with Sam Cochran for the 3rd straight game. The Vanderbilt product, the left fielder Grayson Moore right behind him. Matt Wood out of Penn State does the catching and hits third. Billy Butler, a part of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League right here in Cardines Field with the Gulls in 2021. He is DHing and is hitting 4th. Joe Fortin hits 5th for the Gulls and plays second base. Cal Perillo, the local RIC product, playing first base and hitting 6th. CJ Pitaro, another Vanderbilt kid, hitting 7th and playing the hot corner third base. Connor Kiley out of Stonehill College playing center field and hits 8th. And Lewis Barnum, the shortstop, rounds out the order and hits 9. Well, we mentioned it. It's certainly a matchup of 2 kind of different starting pitchers, because you said it, Justin Cherry is a pitcher. He's in his 2nd season with the Gulls, but Adam Grintz, a guy that hasn't pitched a lot and making his first start for Keene.
Yeah, you look at his stats at Tulane this year, and he did 6 games pitched, no runs, but that was only in a small sample size of 3 2/3 innings pitched. And in those 3 2/3 innings pitched, he had 6 walks and 2 strikeouts. So he's going to have to clean up that control if he wants to have that scoreless streak continue.
Well, the Gulls have taken the field here at Cardines Field. Let's give you Newport's defensive alignment from left to right. In the outfield, Grayson Moore, Connor Kiley, and Sam Cochran. Left to right across the infield, CJ Pitaro at the hot corner playing third. Lewis Barnum playing shortstop. Joe Fortin, the URI product, at second. And Cal Perillo at first. The battery mate to Justin Cherry is Matt Wood behind the plate. Today's umpires here on Red Sox Foundation Recovery and Rebirth Night on June the 9th. It's Anthony Brunetti, Ronaldo Cockrum, and Paul McKean who will be calling the game here tonight. A 7-inning game, a little different, but in this unadjusted year, you have the Gulls in the South Division, Keene in the North Division. This is the only North Division team that Newport will see all season. Of course, they'll see Keene later in July around the All-Star break, an exhibition game of sorts before. This is game number 1 of 6 straight games. Going to be interesting to see how this Gulls team fares after a pair of off days on Saturday and Sunday, then an off day again yesterday, now to face the toll of 6 straight games.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't normally see this many games in a row this early in the season. It'll be interesting to see, like you said, how these guys react, if they get fatigued, or how many days off that they get.
Keene comes into tonight with a 2-1 record. They have played one more game than the Gulls, who are 2-0, but have had just as many weather issues as Newport has had this season. They had a game canceled yesterday due to rain. It was their second of the season. Of course, Newport played a 6-inning game on Monday, a win against the Valley Blue Sox in a fog delay, and also had last Friday's game canceled against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. That brings us here. Game number 2 at Cardines Field for the Newport Gulls in 2021. Just about ready to get started. First pitch at 6:32 from Justin Cherry. Fastball dots the inside part of the plate. It's 0-1. 75 degrees and partly cloudy with a high of 85, low of 62 tonight. Beautiful night for baseball. Big cut and a miss from Mikey Edelman.
Came at him right with that high fastball. That's going to be a good pitch for Cherry tonight.
Well, Cherry, we mentioned in the pregame, a lot of experience with these Gulls. Led the team in innings pitched in 2019. Also led the team in wins with 5. Comes the 0-2. Fastball skips in the dirt.
Good location on that first fastball. He threw it up, got Edelman to chase there, but that one was not close at all. He yanked it a little bit into the dirt.
He just finished his redshirt junior season with the University of Rhode Island Rams in the Atlantic 10. A 1-1 record with 27 strikeouts in 25 1/3 innings. Tied a season-high 8 strikeouts in the team's last game of the season in the A-10 tournament. Changeup that goes upstairs, and the count is even at 2-2.
Now, Cherry does have swing and miss stuff. You mentioned the 95 career Ks and 91 innings pitched at URI.
Edelman steps back of the box. The right fielder out of Emory University. Chops this one hard to the shortstop. Barnum fields on a couple hops onto first. 1 up and 1 down for Cherry in the first.
Great way to start it off. It's always good to continue from the windup as opposed to the stretch.
A 6-3 put-out starts us tonight at Cardines Field. Now it's the shortstop, David Bryant. What a season he has had. Comes from Radford University and Johnson City, Tennessee.
Yeah, you look at the slash line for Bryant at Radford this season. 364 average, 480 on base, and 594 slugging. That was good enough for a 1074 OPS.
Well, he led Radford in just about every statistic imaginable. Average, home runs, RBIs, OBP, OPS. Been good with the Swamp Bats, too. Looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike.
Nice to see Cherry starting off with a pitch right in the strike zone there after a little bit of wonky control in that first batter.
4 for 12 is Bryant in Keene's first 3 games of the season. Looks at another fastball. This time it's down. The count's even at 1-1.
Yeah, Cherry seemed to struggle a little bit with the control in that fastball, but a lot of starters tend to struggle early in their starts.
1-1. Fastball rocketed on the right side, fielded by Perillo, the first baseman. He flips over to Cherry in time. Quickly, 2 up and 2 down in the top of the first.
2 ground ball outs. It'll be interesting to see if Cherry can continue getting the guys drive the ball into the ground throughout this start.
Now it's Michael Neister, the center fielder for Keene. The first game at Cardines Field for the Swamp Bats since they won the Fay Vincent Senior Cup in 2019. Their 5th, one behind the Gulls at 6. Of course, an NECBL record. Newport looking for their first crown in 7 years. They came close in 2019, fell short to the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. First pitch to Neister. Fastball right down the chute, 0-1. It was an incredibly close contested series. 3 games decided by 1 run apiece, and then the Sharks fell short to these Swamp Bats. He looks at a fastball that skips in the dirt.
A lot of fastballs early in the start. He seems like he's trying to get a feel for that pitch.
Neister out of Rutgers University. This is Swamp Bats' debut on the season. The pitch. It's another pitch outside as Neister tries to hold up his swing, and he did. 2-1.
Yeah, that's a tough bid for Cherry right there. Really nice breaking ball just off the plate. Didn't get him to chase.
2 balls and 1 strike to the count to the Rutgers center fielder. Cherry looking to go 1-2-3 in the first. Here's the pitch.
Fastball chopped hard off the fence.
Yeah, and I mentioned that good take by Neister. He had a 456 on base this season at Rutgers. It's going to be hard to get him to chase much of anything.
Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Cherry. Fastball chopped hard, again foul. Of course, not a whole lot of foul territory down the left field line. Both dugouts here at Cardines Field, historic Cardines Field. Down the right field line. And this is my 3rd summer coming to games for the Gulls, but I still don't think I've seen that anywhere else. 2-2. It's another pitch that skips in the dirt to Wood, and the count's run full.
Yeah, I spoke with Wood before the game just about getting to know the pitchers. Obviously, when these catchers are coming into Newport, they don't know these guys. They're coming right off their college seasons, and they have to learn a whole lot of new pitchers' repertoires early on. Wood basically said he's just trying to have fun with it, getting to know the guys, and not putting too much pressure on himself.
He's had quite the season to start for the Gulls. Pair of hits in Newport's 7-2 winner on the road in Valley. Payoff pitch. Fastball shot in the air down the left field line. Going to go just foul.
Looks like that ball jammed him a little bit, hit it off the handle. Not too much of solid contact there.
What an at-bat worked by Neister in this top of the first inning.
Yeah, Neister's going to work good at bats. He batted .351. I already mentioned that 456 on base, .897 OPS. The slugging was actually lower than the on base just because the on base was so fantastic.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The righty ready. Cherry delivers. Fastball got him. Justin Cherry, a little hop in his step as he hops off the mound. A good start for the 2019 Newport Gull. Back here in 2021. No score between the Gulls and the Swamp Bats after a half an inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam.
Right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience, and may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
2021 New England.
Back here in Newport. No score through half an inning between the Keene Swamp Bats and the Newport Gulls. Newport's first crack at Tulane righty Adam Grintz begins with a Newport leadoff man, Sam Cochran. Well, Cochran might be getting comfortable in that leadoff spot. This is all 3 games this year, rather. He's been the leadoff guy for the Gulls. First pitch from Grintz is a fastball. He looks at outside part of the plate.
Yeah, you can see why they have him in that leadoff spot. At Eckerd last year, rather, he had a .375 on base. So this is a guy who knows how to get on first.
A quintessential leadoff hitter for these Gulls. Skips in the dirt and all the way back over the fence and into the netting. Boy, it has to have some skip to get into that net.
Yeah, it didn't need much of an eye to take that one. That looked like a ball out of the hand.
Cochran is pretty familiar with the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Played 2 seasons with the Winnipesaukee Muskrats before coming to Newport. Two pretty good ones, too. 354 average in 19. And he hits this one hard into left field. Sends the left fielder Almonte back, and he makes the catch on a line. And there's one away.
That's tough for Cochran. Back-to-back nights leading off the game, lacing one to the left fielder.
Two hard hit outs for Cochran. Can't seem to catch a break here in Newport to start. Now it's the left fielder, Grayson Moore.
Left fielder, number 15, Grayson Moore out of Vanderbilt University.
Moore, the outfielder out of Longwood, Florida. It's this one back to the screen. He made his Gulls debut on Monday night for Newport in that wild game that had a lot of fog. He only played 6 innings at Cardines Field. He reached base 3 times and went 1 for 2. Looks at a pitch just outside. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's starting his second game in a row in left field for the Gulls. Got a little antsy last night. Made a great throw, an overthrow to the plate, rather. Maybe a little bit of nerves starting off.
The pitch. Skipped in the dirt. It's 2-1. Well, Moore is a two-way guy. Made some appearances on the mound for the Vandy boys. But for Kevin Winterode's squad, doing some hitting. Playing left field. It's this one high in the air. Into deep left field. Almonte going back near the fence, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, tough luck for Moore right there. You can see why he's doing the hitting, though. Putting an absolute charge into that one into left field.
That Almonte has been tested so far. That one was over his head. He had to go back a ways to make the catch. Nice play by the left fielder. And there's 2 down in the first. Now it's the Penn State catcher, Matt Wood, heading in the 3-hole tonight for the Gulls. First pitch. So changeup gets in there for a strike. 74 miles an hour from Grintz. So far, so good for the Tulane righty, who has made 6 appearances over his first 2 years with the Green Wave, but appearance number 1 with the Swamp Bats. Wood fouls this back under the fence, off the wood. Wood off the wood. Try saying that about 10 times, right?
Yeah, how about our battery tonight? We haven't even mentioned it yet. Cherry on the mound, Wood at the plate. Cherry Wood.
Cherry Wood. Not to be confused with Kerry Wood of the Chicago Cubs. No balls and 2 strikes to Wood. Here it comes. He shoots this one deep into right field, setting Edelman back. It's going to get over his head. Wood rounds first and heads for second. He has a stand-up double.
Finally, some luck going the Gulls' ways. 3 hard-hit balls to start off the ball game. That one finds some green grass in the outfield.
3 rockets off the bat of the Gulls. Almonte made a couple nice plays in left, but nothing Mikey Edelman could do to stop that. Quickly, an opportunity for the Gulls with a runner in scoring position. And the Rhode Island native and URI product Billy Butler will get his crack. Butler knows these Cardines Fields grounds pretty well. A member of the 2020 Newport Collegiate Baseball League last summer. Of course, no NECBL in 2020 with the coronavirus pandemic. Newport Gulls baseball is back in 2021, and it brings Billy Butler back to Cardines Field. Here's the pitch. Butler chops it hard off of his leg.
Yeah, Butler, the designated hitter, not to be confused with Kansas City Royals longtime DH Billy Butler.
You know, Ryan, it was a running joke in the Valley press box about that. I'll say, hey, don't get it confused with, I know Billy Butler played for the Athletics, the Royals, but different guy. Easy to get it confused. 1-1. Breaking ball, he foul tips. Butler played in Newport's first ball game of the season out in Valley. Did not play on Monday. Gets the nod in the cleanup spot tonight from Kevin Winterode. What a season he had with the Rams. 337 average. 5 homers, 17 RBIs. 1-2. Swing and a miss from Butler on a pitch outside. Strike 3. So Grintz works out of some trouble after Wood gets the double. He's stranded at second base. We're through 1 full at Cardines Field. No score between the Swamp Bats and the Newport Gulls on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The '21 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Back here at historic Cardines Field for inning number 2. No score between the Newport Gulls and the Keene Swamp Bats as we go to the top of the second inning. David Williams, Carlos Guzman, and Matt Almonte will lead things off for Keene in this inning. And Ryan, what was a very strong inning for Justin Cherry to start things on the mound?
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling a little bit with his control early, but he just shows how good his stuff is if he's able to locate it properly. 2 ground ball outs and a strikeout.
A 6-3 putout, a 3-1 putout, and a strikeout of Michael Neister to end the top of the first inning. 1-2-3 went Cherry in his first appearance. Back here at Cardines Field. Almost a second home for Cherry. He made 8 starts for the Gulls in 2019, tied for the team lead. His 37 2/3 innings, the highest. Relied upon arm by Kevin Winterup. No doubt about it. Also led the Gulls with 5 wins in that season. First pitch to David Williams. Takes upstairs.
Yeah, Williams struggled a little bit with St. John's this year. 222 average, only a 381 slugging, but his OPS was actually boosted by his 372 on base.
Takes another pitch up. Williams getting the nod at first base tonight for the Swamp Bats. It's his 4th game with Keene. He started all 4 games for the defending NECBL champs so far this season. Big cut and a miss on a fastball. Cherry goes change up, fastball to keep Williams off balance. Swings and misses again. This time upstairs, it's 2-2. Comes from East Johns and East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, does Williams. 2-2. Pitch just low.
Pretty good looking pitch for Cherry right there. He's going to want that call.
A 222 average for Williams, but got out to a hot start hitting 400 first 2 weeks. And just gets a piece of that pitch off of the mask of wood, who couldn't hold on. So we'll do it again.
Yeah, Williams a big guy. You see 6'6", 235 listed on the St. John's roster. He's taking some big cuts out there. If he gets a hold of one, look out.
Almost felt like a football player playing baseball. Another payoff pitch coming from Cherry. It's outside for ball number 4. First base runner of the day for the Swamp Bats comes in the top of the second inning. So Williams earns a full count walk. He stands over at first. Now it's Carlos Guzman, the catcher for the Swamp Bats tonight. Shoots the first pitch he sees into the air. into shallow center field. Lewis Barnum calls off and makes the catch. And there's quickly one pitch to Guzman and one down.
And that's a great way to come back if you're Cherry. After the walk there, getting a first pitch pop-up, really nice to see.
So Matt Almonte, the left fielder, now step in with an opportunity. Runner on first for Keene. No score between the Gulls and the Swamp Bats in tonight's 7-inning affair between the teams. A reminder, it's a start of 6 consecutive days with a game. A lot of Newport Gulls baseball to come. You had to wait 667 days. Now you get 6 games in 6 days. Terry's first pitch. Check swing from Almonte, but it goes foul.
Yeah, Almonte, potentially the best collegiate stats in this Swamp Bats lineup. You see an even 400 average, 476 on base, 645 slugging. That's an 1122 OPS, highest on any of the Swamp Bats bats in the starting lineup.
He's behind, no balls and 1 strike to Justin Cherry. 2 for 10 with 2 walks to open up the season, but a 400 average with Pace University. 6 homers, 30 RBIs in 30 games. Here's Cherry's pitch. It's a fastball just away again. An NE10 all-rookie team selection is Almonte. He's had quite the career out of New Rochelle, New York. The runner on first is Williams after he walked. No score between the Gulls and the Swamp Bats. Comes the 1-1.
Yeah, you see Williams over there at first, taking his lead. For a big fella, he did have 2 stolen bases, so you never know.
Quite a big guy, 6'6", 235. The Blue Sox attempted to steal a couple bases off of Peter Cerruto, but a different battery mate tonight behind the plate for the Gulls. Matt Wood out of Penn State. Pitch is just down.
That's the second time in this game he hasn't gotten that call. It doesn't appear he'll be getting any low strike calls today.
Well, Cherry in danger of walking 2 of the first 3 batters here in the top of the 2nd inning, as the Swamp Bats look to strike first. Here comes the 3-1. Skips in the dirt for ball 4, and Almonte has walked. 2 base runners for the Swamp Bats in the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, that's something Cherry struggled with in 19 with the Gulls. He had a 1.72 whip. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. So he put a lot of runners on base. He needs to limit base runners in the future if he wants to continue his success he experienced in 19 with the 4.3 ERA and 37 2/3 innings pitched.
Well, now a guy making his Swamp Bats debut, Ethan Groff, out of Tulane University. A redshirt freshman out of Orlando, Florida. With 2 guys on, here comes the first pitch. Bit inside from Cherry. Well, it's been a patient approach from these Swamp Bats hitters, and they've been rewarded with a pair of walks. And now Cherry behind of the 7-hitter Groff.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the difference in approach between these 2 lineups to start the game. Gulls taking swings at a couple of them at first pitches in the 1st inning, and the Swamp Bats have been taking a lot of pitches.
2 balls and no strikes the count to the Tulane outfielder, who in his redshirt freshman season played 40 games with the Green Wave. He last played in the AAC tournament for Tulane, which of course went into late May, just before the start of the NECBL season. They fell to the USF Bulls in that tournament. Cherry look back over to second. Now he delivers. Fastball rocketed over the net and out of play.
You know, he hit that pitch hard foul, but that's exactly what Cherry's looking to do there. Get him off balance, get him out in front of it. Who cares if he drives it if it's foul? Just a long strike.
5 home runs for Groff in 2021 for Tulane. Last played against the USF Bulls, a team that has gone on quite a postseason run, now in a super regional in the NCAA tournament. Tulane not a part of the big dance. 2-1 coming. Breaking ball just upstairs. Good hitters count for Groff. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike.
You almost have to wonder if he's going to get the take sign here, even with the 1 strike on him, because Cherry's been so erratic so far.
18 walks for Cherry in 2021. That compared to 35 punch-outs. 5-2 with a 4.30 ERA. One of the more experienced Gulls arms, though, to say the least. Well, trying to work out of some trouble here. 3-1. Skips in the dirt, ball 4. Well, the Swamp Bats not moving the bat off their shoulders. 3 walks have loaded the bases in the top of the second.
Yeah, Wood getting a visit out to the mound right now. Cherry has been struggling mightily with his control. These aren't just slight misses. Some of these are big misses, and he's going to have to correct. I don't know if it's a mechanical issue or just a struggle with pitches here.
Well, it's an opportunity for the Swamp Bats to break the ice in Newport. It'll be Brandon Taylor to try to do just that.
Second baseman, Brandon Taylor, Bryant University.
Taylor, a local guy, Bryant University, North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Just finished his junior season and has been a mainstay so far for the Swamp Bats. This is 4th game played in 4 games for Keene. There's a strike for Cherry, and he's ahead 0-1.
Yeah, it looked like Taylor was taking all the way there on that first pitch, especially when a guy walks the bases loaded, only 1 out.
The sacks are packed, full of Keene Swamp Bats in the top of the second inning with 1 out. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball shot deep into right field, sending the right fielder Cochran back to the wall. It'll bounce off the wall. Cochran will field as 1 run is in to score, and Taylor stumbles around first and will head back. A long RBI single for Brandon Taylor, and the Swamp Bats strike first in the second. It's 1-0.
Well, that's a tough bid right there for Taylor. You drove one all the way out to right field off the fence. Never good to hit a single off the fence. Always tough look.
A long single.
Smart decision to hold the runner at third, though, especially with only 1 out in the inning. Cochran got that ball in quick. Give him credit.
The 9-hitter Axel Melendez now steps in for the lineup card. Flips for the Swamp Bats. First pitch to Melendez. Well, here's another Florida guy in Melendez out of Fort Myers, Florida. 1 out. Big cut and a miss on a fastball.
Very late on that pitch.
Fort Myers, Florida. He came there from Sidra, Puerto Rico. Just finished his redshirt sophomore season with Florida Southwestern State, where he hit .217. Shoots this one back to the net.
Another late hack. You'd wonder to see here if Cherry comes back with the fastball.
Ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes on Melendez. And if you're Cherry, you've allowed a run, but still an opportunity to get out of a big jam. Bases are full of Swamp Bats. 1-0 in the second inning. A run in on an RBI single from Taylor, who stands at first. 1-2. Skips in the dirt once again, and the count is even. Well, the Swamp Bats have kind of had their 9 hitters and have gone with those to the first 4 games. It's shifted a little bit, but Melendez has played in all 4 games, 1 for 9 to start the season. Places that one back to the screen. We'll do it again.
Yeah, this is a big out to get here if you're Cherry. The number 9 hitter right here. Only 1 out in the inning. Bases loaded. Top of the order coming up next.
The 6th hitter of the inning for Keene. And with just 1 out, and maybe negating a double play ball, probably would not be the last. Cherry hoping to induce such a play. 2 balls, 2 strike, 1 out. Here it comes. Breaking ball. Got him. What a pitch from Cherry.
That is a big, big out right there.
After several fastballs out of the Rhode Island righty, goes with the breaking ball, and it works to perfection. That's a huge second out. But the base is still loaded for the Swamp Bats looking for more. Top of the order, Mikey Edelman.
Up to bat is number 6, Mikey Edelman.
The right fielder out of Emory University. First pitch from Cherry. Edelman 2 for 11 to start the NECBL season. But what a hitter he's been at Emory. A .333 hitter across 4 seasons, spanning 92 games. 1 out. Fastball hit to the fence. 1-1.
Yeah, Edelman's going to be a guy that's going to be looking to hack. He's not going to be looking to take that walk even with the bases loaded right here. You look at his .400 average. That's a .412 on base on top of that, so not a whole lot of walks, a lot of hits.
11 RBIs in 2021 for Edelman. A chance for a couple more. Bases loaded for Keene in the second, already with 1 in the inning. Here comes the 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike to Mikey Edelman, the 7th hitter of the inning for the Swamp Bats, who have loaded the bases. Williams with a walk, Almonte with a walk, Groff with a walk, Taylor with an RBI single. Melendez struck out for out number 2 in this inning. Now Cherry steps off the mound. Two-one. Another pitch upstairs.
Edelman has been a little bit more patient thus far this summer league season. 3 walks to 2 hits, but at Emory this season, only 1 walk to 20 hits. So he's a guy who likes to swing the bat.
Good contact hitter. Have to figure that's why he is the top hitter in this lineup.
Only 7 strikeouts and 50 at-bats.
At least numerically wise, hitting leadoff for Keene. 3-1. Fastball away. And a run will score for Keene. A bases loaded walk for the Swamp Bats, and it's 2-0.
Well, patience does pay off for Edelman in this at-bat.
Patient to say the least. That is walk number 4 for the Swamp Bats in the second inning. And after a 1-2-3 frame for a Cherry, we'll have a chat with Gulls pitching coach Greg Zackerson. It's 2-0 Keene over the Gulls in this exhibition contest on Wednesday night. Newport looking to stay hot. They did have to come from behind on Monday when they were down 3-0, and now they'll have to do it again.
Yeah, we saw some shaky control from Kingsbury earlier in yesterday's start. Hit the first batter on the first pitch of the ball game, walked a couple guys, and then was pretty good with his control the rest of the way. Hopefully we can see more of the same from Cherry.
Just an out away from getting out of this jam, but another Keene run standing just 90 feet away. And if you're the Swamp Bats, I don't think you'd want anyone else up at the plate than David Bryant, the Radford University shortstop. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, first pitch swinging, out of play.
And if you're Cherry, you got to take that first pitch strike there. Mound Visit did him some dividends.
4 for 13 with 2 walks, 3 RBI so far in the young season is Bryant. 0-1. Fastball rocketed and caught on the line by Fortin. What a play by the Bryant second baseman, and the side is retired. Keene leaves the bases loaded. They score 2 in the top of the second inning. Swamp Bats 2, Gulls nothing after an inning and a half here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
One New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
The Newport Gulls, raising the bar in summer collegiate baseball, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and...
Well, the Swamp Bats strike first here at Cardines Field. A chance for the Gulls to answer. The 5-hitter Joe Fortin starts things. Looks at a first pitch. That misses for ball one. Fortin, another URI guy. Safe to say not the only Rhode Island Ram on this roster. Good breaking ball from Grintz to make it 1-1. On the lineup alone, you've got Butler ahead of Fortin from URI, and you got Cherry on the mound. Another URI guy. Pitch. Just outside.
Don't forget Billy Butler, of course. You got another local kid in Connor Kiley, Stonehill, grew up in Portsmouth.
From head to toe in this lineup, really. 2-1. Ball upstairs. Good hitters count for Fortin as the Gulls look to answer. 2 runs on 1 hit for the Keene Swamp Bats in inning number 1. That's thanks to 4 walks, a patient approach at the plate. As Fortin chops this one fouled on the right field line.
You know, Fortin's not your typical second baseman type look. You got a 5'10", 207 guy playing second base. Almost reminds me of a little bit of a Max Muncy. Got a left-handed, stocky hitter.
Well, he's made his spot in the lineup count so far for the Gulls. Pitch is hit, little bloop shot into right field. This ball gets down for a hit. Joe Fortin, the Gulls' first hit of the night. Second hit for the Gulls, and a leadoff man on in the second.
You love to see some luck going the Gulls' ways. Hard line out with the bases loaded last inning. A little bloop single to start it off. Maybe the tides are turning here, Zach.
Opportunity for the Gulls to answer right back. And a guy that has been fantastic in these kinds of situations, rather any situation for the Gulls, Cal Perillo out of Rhode Island College. Looks at the first pitch he sees upstairs. Well, Newport had 13 hits in the win on Thursday. Perillo had 3 of them, most on the team. 1-0. Fastball hit back to the net. Had another one on Monday, 1 for 2 in the 6-inning win. That's all Perillo does, just gets hits. .331 on the season with a Rhode Island College anchorman. One homer to go with 34 RBIs. That's the most RBIs on the team and the 3rd best average. 1-2 as the runner goes. High chopper to third base, fielded by Melendez on a couple hops. Only play is at first in time. But with Fortin running on the pitch, he advances to second base, and the Gulls have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that ball was hit so softly, I'm not sure they would have turned 2 anyways, but nice to advance the runner on that play.
A 5-3 put out for Cal Perillo in his first AB. And now C.J. Pizarro, the man playing the hot corner for Newport tonight. Opportunity for him to deliver. 3 hits in his first 2 games as a Gull. And chops this one hard to the shortstop Bryant. Fielded on a few hops, thrown over to first, and beats Pizarro by a step. Fortin advances to third. And now with 2 down, the Gulls are under 90 feet away from scoring the first run.
Center fielder Connor Kiley out of Stonehill College.
Kiley was a part of the biggest play on Monday. And he rockets this one into the left center field gap for a base hit. Fortin scores the first run of the ball game for the Gulls, and it's 2-1. An RBI single for Connor Kiley, and the Gulls are on the board.
You'll love to see that from Kiley, jumping on the first pitch. This is a guy who knows how to hit. 400 even average at Stonehill and 115 at bats.
Lewis Barnum out of Bryant University.
Hit number 3 for the Gulls, and it comes from their 8-hitter Kiley. Look to continue the rally going will Lewis Barnum, the shortstop. First pitch. Skips in the dirt, and off and running is Kiley to second base. Make it without a throw.
Kiley is a threat on the base pass, 18 for 18 this season at Stonehill.
The Gulls' starting center fielder has some speed. And now the tying run in scoring position for Newport in the second. 1-0. Soft chopper, left side, as Barnum will try to beat it out, and the Swamp Bats won't have a play. Almost works like a bunt, but a perfect bunt from Lewis Barnum. An infield single for the Gulls shortstop, and Newport an opportunity to tie this game.
Yeah, after a lot of hard contact for outs in the first inning, we see some soft contact for base hits.
Kiley advances to third, and Barnum stands on first. Top of the lineup for the Gulls, Sam Cochran. He'd love to have one of those hard hit balls he has fall right now. 2 runners on for the Gulls. Tying run on second, go ahead on first. Cochran laces the first pitch he sees into the seats.
Yeah, don't sleep on the base running from Kiley on that play either. After Melendez pounced on that when he turned immediately to third and Kiley stood right on the bag, didn't round it. Smart baseball play.
2 for 5 in game 1, 0 for 3 in game 2 was Cochran. Had a lot of hard hit outs, though, as we've said. And this one's a high chopper in the infield, a backhand by the first baseman Williams. Flips it over to first, he can't find the bag. Kiley scores for the Gulls, and we got a tie game.
More soft contact going the Gulls' way.
Another chopper in the infield, as you said, Ryan.
Baltimore chop right there. Hard-packed dirt in front of home plate.
And the speed working to the advantage of the Gulls. 3 straight singles have knotted this game at 1. Now Grayson Moore with an opportunity. Look to check his swing. And a first pitch strike.
Not sure if he was calling that on the swing or on the pitch there. It looked
I'd have to think so, right?
Looked a little inside there. I thought he held up, but then again, I'm calling games for the Gulls.
0-2 the count to Moore. 4 hits for the Gulls in this inning. Began with a Joe Fortin single, a pair of groundouts. Now 3 straight hits for the home side. Breaking ball in the dirt makes it 1-2. Moore would love to keep this rally going. He had a hit on Monday for the Gulls in his first game. Barnum on second base and Cochran on first. Comes the 1-2. Pitch just low. Count is even at 2-2. Moore just finished his freshman season at Longwood, Florida. Pitch for the Commodores at Vanderbilt. He looks at a breaking ball, catches that outside corner for strike 3. Ball grins, paints the corner, and gets out of some trouble, but not before the Gulls tie this one up. It's Newport 2 and Keene 2 after 2 innings at Cardings Field here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You Our loyal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
To the top of the third we go at Cardines Field. The Gulls have tied this one up, and they head to the bullpen. It's the Bryant righty, Liam Levangie, who gets the ball for the Gulls.
Yeah, in 2021 for Bryant, Levangie appeared in 11 games, 2 starts. Not too much luck for him, 6.62 ERA. Hopefully we'll see better results for him in the summer.
Another New England guy out of East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Checks in at 5'11", 175. Just the 4th pitcher that Newport has used out of the bullpen this season. Went to 2 arms in game number 1, and it was a lockdown pitching performance for Newport in Holyoke. And Newport's arms settled in quite nicely yesterday as well. Rather, Monday in the win. Newport used just 1 arm after Jimmy Kingsbury went 5 innings. It was Kellen Tullio out of the bullpen for the Gulls on Monday. And now the first arm, Liam Levangie. It's Michael Meister to start things off, the 3-hitter for the Swamp Bats in a tie game. Here's the first pitch from Levangie. Big count and a miss. Levangie not with the team on the Holyoke trip, but making his Gulls debut tonight. 0-1. Fastball upstairs. Meister 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging. That ended a 1-2-3 frame for Justin Cherry. Keene Swamp Bats had a little more successful of an inning in the second. They nearly batted around, sent 8 to the plate in that second inning, thanks to 4 walks and a single. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Levangie. Just a bit inside on a fastball.
You know, despite the struggles Levangie had at Bryant, you can see why he's here in this league. 6-1 record as a senior in high school, 106 ERA, struck out 103 and walked only 9 in 53 innings as a senior.
3-1. Soft chopper. Meister hitting in the 3 spot for a reason for the Swamp Bats team. .351 average with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in 2021. That first on the team and 4th in the entire Big Ten Conference. Now having a chat with Gulls catcher Matt Wood, another player from the Big Ten. Of course, the Big Ten only played teams in conference in 2021. Payoff pitch. Shot high in the air into deep right field. Cochran moving a few steps over, and he makes the catch for the first down.
As you mentioned, Cochran, 3rd year in the NECBL. No one knows these outfielders better than him.
2 years with Winnipesaukee, and now with the Gulls. Now it's the cleanup man, David Williams, who really got the party started for Keene in the second inning. He led the inning off and led it off with a walk. There were 3 more walks to follow for Keene in that inning. This time he looks at a first pitch strike. Pitches in the dirt to the East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania native. A junior college transfer. A top 35 first baseman in the state of Pennsylvania, according to Perfect Game. Cuts on and misses on a fastball. And it's 1-2.
Good arsenal from Levangie. You'd have to think he knows something about pitching. His father is the pitching coach for the Boston Red Sox.
One, two. Fastball got him. Liam Levangie's first strikeout as a Newport goal. Comes in the third inning, and there's 2 down.
Huge hack there from Williams. You have to wonder if he saw that 330 down the line when he showed up at the ballpark today and was thinking, I want to head it onto that playground out there beyond the left field fence.
There's no doubt. That was a home run swing, Ryan. Absolutely, no doubt about it. He goes down on strikes, the third Keene strikeout of the day. Now Carlos Guzman. It's had a first pitch strike on the outside part of the plate.
Nice to see Levangie coming in here, absolutely peppering the strike zone after we saw some struggles with Cherry earlier in the game.
I like that, peppering. I think I'm going to use that more. Here's the 0-1. Beautiful breaking ball from Levangie.
You know, you can use a little pepper with the salty sea air down here in Newport.
A little pepper, a little breaking ball, a little fastball. Whatever you can do to keep these guys off balance. 0-2 is low.
Great job there to lay off that pitch. That was a really good breaking ball.
Guzman, the catcher out of Northwest Florida State in Winter Garden, Florida. 1-2. Ended the season well. Has not played with the Swamp Bats, but ended his Northwest Florida State season well. A .352 average, 2 homers and 11 RBIs in his last 6 games in Florida. He struck him out. Liam Levangie, what a way to end the third inning. A pair of punch-outs and a 1-2-3 inning for the Bryant righty. Ends things in the third inning. Still 2-2 between Keene and Newport here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selected. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Back here at historic Cardines Field for the bottom of the third inning. And a pitching change for the Keene Swamp Bats. It's Lenny Washington, the righty out of Gardner-Webb. Not his first appearance on the season with Keene, but rather his second. He just finished his freshman season with Gardner-Webb, but in his first start with Keene, first game, 2 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, but none of those runs earned with 4 Ks.
Yeah, he's turned some things around since his time at Gardner-Webb. Struggled there this spring. 7 innings pitched, 10 earned runs. That was good enough for a 12.86 ERA. So he's probably happy to be starting this season with a scoreless ERA.
Well, I mentioned the 2 runs. None of those earned off the arm of Washington. This is a Keene team that's given up 7 earned runs this season, but 8 unearned runs coming into tonight's game. Of course, both Newport runs tonight earned. So make it 9 earned runs. Washington, the first arm out of the bullpen ends the day for Adam Grintz. He went 2 innings and gave up 2 runs, both earned on 5 hits against the Gulls, with just the 1 strikeout to Billy Butler. It's the Penn State catcher, Matt Wood, that begins things in the bottom of the 3rd for the Gulls. In a tie ball game in Newport. Keene scored 2 in the top of the 2nd inning. Newport, they said, anything you can do? I can at least match. Maybe I can do better. We'll see if they can do better here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the Gulls' 3-hitter, Matt Wood. Washington's first pitch out of the pen. Say back to the screen. Back to the fence, rather. Screen a little higher than the fence at historic Cardines Field. First hit of the ball game for the Gulls belonged to Matt Wood. A double deep into right field. Looks out a pitch that skips in the dirt. He was stranded on second base. But Newport, they made the most out of their base runners in the 2nd inning. A Joe Fortin single, a Connor Kiley single, Lewis Barnum single, Sam Cochran single. 3 straight singles, including back-to-back in the infield. Helped tie this game for the Gulls. 1-1. Breaking ball inside to Wood. It's 2-1.
Wood with one of the best eyes potentially in the entire NECBL. 19 walks this season for Penn State. I mentioned that 396 on base.
2 balls and 1 strike, the catch to the Gibsonia, Pennsylvania native. Set a fastball that dots the outside part.
Wood shaking his head there, as I mentioned. Not many guys know the strike zone better than Wood, but he doesn't get the call on that pitch.
A .295 average with 4 homers, 19 RBIs for the Penn State Nittany Lion. 4 for 9 to start his goal career. Pretty good start. And he chops this one hard back up the middle. Be a tough play, and it's through for a base hit. Well, he keeps on getting hotter. Matt Wood with his 5th hit of the NECBL season in just his 3rd game, and the Gulls have their leadoff base runner on in the 3rd.
Yeah, excellent job staying back on that pitch by Wood. A little off balance, but he just puts it in play, and when you put the ball in play, good things can happen. Bounces right off the second base bag.
Looked like Bryant, the shortstop for the Swamp Bats, may have nearly had a play on it, but it bounced underneath his glove. So Newport, for the 2nd straight inning, has a leadoff single. And an opportunity for the heart of this lineup with Billy Butler. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, home run swing. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Butler looking for his first hit as a Newport Gull in his 2nd game played. He had a 9-game hitting streak to end the season with the Rhode Island Rams. 0-1. Big cut and a miss on a pitch upstairs. He played at Cardines Field last year. No Newport Gulls baseball, but in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League. Had a big home run in the championship series with Fisher's Island Lemonade. Pitch. Big cut and a miss for strike 3. Well, 1-2-3 goes Washington to Billy Butler for the first out. Butler's 2nd strikeout of the night, and there's 1 down. It's Joe Fortin now for the Gulls. The URI 2nd baseman from one Rhode Island Ram to another. Runner on first is Wood after he got his 2nd hit of the night. First pitch is rocketed high in the air down right field line and off of the scoreboard.
Brand new scoreboard, if I'm not mistaken.
The fairly new scoreboard. You'd be right, Ryan. After years of the previous scoreboard last year, the new shiny scoreboard making its debut here at Cardines. Just the 2nd game that the Gulls have had it for. No balls and 1 strike, the count to Joe Fortin. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit back to the screen. As we're joined by goalie here in the booth. How you doing, goalie? Pretty good. We got the thumbs up. That's always what you want. Looking to get a full baseball game in tonight. We're just all, crossing our fingers, right? If he could cross his fingers. He's tried his best. Got to do what you got to do, right? Right, he's giving you a look, Ryan.
It's great to see.
Yeah?
It's great to be back at the game.
Always fun to have guests in the booth, especially when it's goalie. 0-2. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Throw down to second, and Wood is in there. So Fortin strikes out, but Wood, off and running to second base, slides in safely, and the Gulls have a runner in scoring position. It was almost like Ryan's at a loss for words up here.
I am.
You never know who's going to join you in the booth.
I gotta be honest.
You never know.
I wasn't sure where to go right there. I was speechless.
What was he doing? He was bend your head a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit. First game
cracking
here.
me up.
First game ever on the call. Gully's up here messing around.
Well,
nothing better than
that's
it,
the true epitome of not knowing what to expect, right?
Absolutely. Keeping me on my toes.
Wood on second base for the Gulls. It's Cal Perillo at the plate. Hits the first pitch he sees high in the air and out of play.
Better call, Newport class.
Perillo a 5-3 ground out back in the second inning for Newport. 4 hits to start his Gulls career in the first 2 games. The Rhode Island College anchorman. A strong start to the year back here in Newport. 0-1. Looks out a pitch that catches the upstairs part of the plate. 0-2. 2 runs on 1 hit for Keene. 2 runs on 6 hits for Newport. These 2 teams have gotten their runs in different ways tonight. 0-2. Just low.
Nice job by Perillo to lay off that one in a tough count.
Wood, the runner on second base, he hit a single up the middle for the Gulls. And Cal Perillo looking to drive him in a tie ball game in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here it comes. Breaking ball, chopped up the middle. A high chop for the shortstop, Bryant, over to first in time, and the inning is over. Newport strands a runner on second base, and we're still all knotted up at 2 between the Gulls and the Swamp Bats right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Our loyal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
This is Newport Gulls Baseball. On your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Pitching here in the top of the 4th for the Newport Gulls, Seamus Barrett, the towering righty from Louisville. One of 2 Louisville pitchers on the roster. You saw Tulio on Monday night. Now Barrett enters the game for the Gulls.
Yeah, Seamus Barrett coming in, the Louisville Cardinal, as you said, Ryan, and we've seen a Louisville Cardinal for the Gulls. Saw one on Monday night in Kellen Tulio. That was one of 2 arms. Now the other arm pitching, Seamus Barrett for the Gulls here tonight. 11 appearances, as we said, 18 punch-outs.
Yeah, he has great swing and miss stuff, just hasn't completely been able to harness it. We see the New England native from North Andover, Massachusetts. Brooks School, he played in the ISL, was an all-ISL honorable mention. Highly touted league in Upper Massachusetts, New England League. So we'll see how Barrett does in this game. Should be able to tell fairly early on if he has good control in this one, but that's going to be a major key for him in this outing.
Well, we can close the line on the Bryant reliever that came into the game for the Gulls, rather. Liam Levangie, in his first career appearance as a Gull, goes 1 inning, a solid inning. 1-2-3 with 2 punch-outs, and now hands it over to the righty from Louisville.
Yeah, what a polarizing guy. Barrett, 7 walks in 11 innings at Louisville, but 18 strikeouts, as you mentioned. Goes with the top couple buttons unbuttoned. Certainly comfortable out there on the mound. First pitch misses just outside. Matt Almonte walked in the first inning, came around to score. Misses in almost the same spot. Pretty close pitch there from Barrett. 2-0 count on Almonte. That one misses up high. You certainly see the high velocity. You hear the pop of that mitt.
Yeah, you see a high velocity. You know what else? You see a high kick off the mound, pitching with some confidence, almost a little Dontrell Willis style, if you will, with a high kick and a high fastball.
There we go. First pitch strike there. 3-1 count on Almonte.
Yeah, really just to get me over fastball and down 3 balls in 1 strike, a pitch that you had to have if you're Barrett.
That one misses in almost the same spot as the first 2 pitches, just off the outside corner, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Almonte. Not the way you want to start if you're Seamus Barrett.
Well, met with some groans here at Cardines Field. A pitch that didn't miss by a whole lot, kind of tried to dot that outside corner to the righty, and a fastball, not a terrible pitch, but you got to give credit where credit's due to Almonte to have the good big league eye and earn that walk.
Barrett reminds me almost a little bit of Tyler Glasnow. Towering right-handed pitcher, great stuff if he can just harness his control. The Tampa Bay Rays actually just told Glasnow, just throw it right down the middle and good results will happen. Right in the zone for Barrett. Good to see a first pitch strike for him.
Well, if we're comparing him to Tyler Glasnow, something completely unrelated to what you said. A little bit of lettuce in the back, a little bit of hair. Not quite the flow of Tyler Glasnow, but he's got a little bit working back there.
I can see it a little bit.
It's also blonde compared to brunette.
Here's the kick. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Safe. Throw was just to the other side of the bag. Couldn't get the tag in time. Almonte steals his first base.
Yeah, Almonte just got a great jump. Not necessarily the best pitch to run on. Ran on a fastball down to second base. Wood was up and throwing, but heads up base running and a great jump from Almonte to steal it, to swipe the bag.
You almost have to wonder if that was either a hit and run or run and hit. You saw the big cut from Groff on the pitch. Right on the outside corner for strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Seamus Barrett. That's his first K of the season.
Yeah, we talked about working that outside corner. That's working the outside corner to perfection. Went right back to the fastball, and Groff just didn't have an answer.
And he's got such a dominant fastball. Like I said, just throw it in the zone, and guys are going to have a tough time hitting it. Here is Taylor now. He singled in the first, or in the second, rather. Ball misses outside.
And how's Barrett going to respond to a little bit of adversity? You got a runner in scoring position for the Swamp Bats. Cherry for the Gulls actually, even though he gave up the 2 runs, was able to respond and leave several base runners on base for Keene. How can Barrett respond to try to keep this game tied?
You just got to continue to throwing strikes. That's the biggest thing. This is a guy who's had good stuff for a long time. Down in the dirt. I mentioned for a long time he was the number 10 ranked right-handed starting pitcher in high school from his time at Brooks School in North Andover. 2-0 count on Taylor.
He was also great in his first 3 appearances. 6 innings, 2 runs, and 12 of those 18 Ks.
Swing and a miss. Big cut there from Taylor. Can't catch up to the fastball.
Boy, he went a little Adrian Beltre there, too. Brought him down to a knee with that heat out of the arm of Barrett. Really impressive.
See if he comes back to the fastball here. 2-1 down in the count. Goes with it again, but it's upstairs and outside. 3-1 count. Taylor here at the bottom of the order. Barrett's got such good stuff, you almost have to wonder if he's going to make him take here. Good hitters count, though. That one swung on and popped foul off the right side.
Better call, Newport class.
You know, a 3-1 count, you might think, that's good hitters count. Let the guy rip. Bottom of the order. Keene's been very patient today.
Yeah, it's one of the, I guess, first times that you could say that we've seen that on most 3-1 counts. Usually not getting the green light to swing, but a good pitch, a tasty pitch that he just fouled back.
Full count now for Barrett. Ball missed just outside again. Barrett wanted that pitch, but he's not going to get it.
Well, that is the definition of a big league guy. Probably missed a little bit outside, but to have that type of, I guess, reflex, if you will, to kind of see a pitch outside and take it when you know you're going to have to probably protect the plate is impressive. And now another base runner for Keene.
Yeah, you know, if there's one thing positive that comes out of it, sets up the double play opportunity with Melendez at the plate here, but he does have decent speed. He was actually 7 for 7 on stolen bases during college this spring.
We look into the Gulls bullpen a little bit here on our monitor. Blake Mahmood, the arm, the righty out of Tulane, getting loose for the Gulls in the pen.
Chopped foul off the right side. See if Barrett can stifle this rally here. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 2 runners on. 0-1 count. That ball misses low. 1-1 now. As you hear the rumbling on the road behind us. Cardines Field nestled tightly here in downtown Newport.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got the fire station behind us, right in the heart of the city, kind of as you said.
That ball's chopped slowly. Seemed to be chopped off of Melendez here. He's limping.
Yeah, certainly don't want to see that. That's a hard chopper, hard off the foot.
Yeah, he's going to get a minute to walk that one off. Brief chance for Barrett to maybe recover. But he's right on the mound, ready to go again. Ready to fire. Melendez is ready. Barrett from the stretch. Curveball, strike 3. What a pitch by Barrett. Looping curveball, drops right in there. Beautiful pitch.
Well, Ryan, for all we've talked about the fastball, that was filthy. You want to talk about break on a pitch. That's not your everyday Monday morning, if you will, breaking ball. Just a pitch that starts north above the numbers and came all the way down into the zone perfectly. And that's a big out with 2 guys on to try to get out of this jam.
We said it once, we'll say it again. Tyler Glass now seems to be the comp for this guy. Fastball right on cue. Glass now for the Rays, 2-pitch pitcher. He's been working on another off-speed pitch, changeup, but he mainly relies on that curve and that fastball. 2 dominant pitchers. Seems to be the case for Barrett here. Another ball misses same location. He's been going to that location this entire outing, but has not been getting the call.
Well, it's been interesting to kind of see the track that he's been on this inning. Walk, strikeout looking, walk, strikeout looking. And guess what's happening right now? He's behind 2-0.
Hey, if that trend continues, we get out of the inning with bases loaded strikeouts. So we'll see what happens. Here's the pitch. Ball misses outside. Could be another walk here.
Right on track, right?
See if he throws that heater right down the middle here. 3-0. 2 outs, 2 runners on again. Edelman at the plate. See if he gets the green light here. He likes the swing. He does not, and it's a strike, pounded down the middle. Good 3-0 pitch from Barrett. Just get me over fastball. He readies again. Barrett's a guy that likes to work quickly based on the looks of it. Ball 4. That's going to load the bases here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And Wood's going to make a visit to the mound.
Right, you want to talk about a patient approach by these Keene hitters. They can swing the bat, but they can also leave the bat on the shoulder when need be. A 7th walk tonight for Keene, and it has them in business to try to take the lead.
Well, we'll see if that trend of walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout can continue.
I think the Gulls wouldn't complain.
They would not, and I'm sure the fans would get a rouse out of it. Barrett's got a bear down here with the bases loaded. Walk here, scores a run. Almonte leads off a third. Taylor on second. Edelman on first. Strike on the inside corner. Good way to start it. That's almost the same spot, Zach, that he's been throwing to right-handed hitters, but hasn't been getting that call. On a lefty, inside pitch, umpire liked it. Bryant swings and fouls one back to the backstop. Off the netting behind home plate.
Well, I guess that's something that we haven't seen at Toulon, right? Because you got the walks where they're leaving the bats on the shoulder, and you got the strikeouts looking where they're leaving the bats on the shoulder. Not a lot in play, at least not in this inning.
Well, you mentioned it earlier in the game. If there's anyone that the Swamp Bats want up right now, it's probably Bryant. Oh, hit him on the... Nope, looks like it was a ball in the dirt.
And that's a great job by your backstop and catcher, Matt Wood. Albeit not a ton of real estate behind home plate in terms of trying to score on a wild pitch, but you never know what could happen. If that gets by, that is an opportunity to try to get a run in.
That ball looked like it was ticketed for Bryant's legs. I'm not sure how he got out of the way of it.
Quick reflexes, huh?
That's why he's in the 2-hole. Good athlete. Barrett steps off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive out to left center field. On the run. And Moore makes the play in deep left center field, and the Gulls get out of it. Barrett walks the tightrope, but that's going to be the end of the inning. The Swamp Bats leave the bases loaded.
Network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Bottom of the 4th here at Cardines. The Gulls are up to bat again against Washington. 2-2 ball game. First pitch ball there to C.J. Pitaro. Another pitch low to Pitaro. He grounded out to short in his first at bat. Two-two pitch from Washington. Pitaro swings and fouls one back. Swing and a fly ball down the left field line. Diving play. What a play by Almonte. Almost thought he trapped it, but he did make the play to rob C.J. Pitaro.
Brian, that's a web gem. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. Look on SportsCenter to see if you see that one tonight.
A sinking line drive into left field and a lot of ground. I mean, a lot of ground for Almonte to get there, and he did somehow.
The run, the dive, it was all very superhero-like almost. First pitch to Kiley is a strike on the outside corner. Kiley had an RBI single in his first at bat and came around to score. The second of 2 Gulls runs scored in the second inning. Curveball misses up to Kiley. Kiley has a good eye. He had more strikes than, or more walks than strikeouts rather, in Stonehill this season. Controls the bat very well. Misses inside, almost nicked him. Good reflexes by Kiley to get out of the way of that one. Here's the pitch by Washington. Readies and delivers. Swing and a miss by Kiley. Might have nicked it on the way into the mitt. Either way, it's 2 strikes. 2-2 count on Kiley here with no outs in the inning rather, 1 out, correction. Diving play by Almonte, how can you forget that one? Swing and a miss by Kiley to high fastball. That's 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, just good stuff on the mound to sit down Kiley. A fastball and hittable pitch, but just couldn't catch up to it.
And here comes Lewis Barnum up now, the number 9 hitter.
To bat for your Newport Gulls is number 5.
He also had a single. Back-to-back singles with Kiley in the second inning. But was stranded at second on a strikeout from Grayson Moore. First pitch ball to Barnum. Curveball from Washington misses in the dirt. Two-0 count. Zach, you'd love to see Barnum get on ahead of the top of the order here, even with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's been fantastic for Newport this season. Opened up the hitting on Monday with a double and was great with a single in that first at-bat. Could certainly do the job.
Strike right down the middle by Washington. 2-1 count to Barnum. Came right at him with the fastball there, 2-0. Driven out to deep right center field. That one's going to carry up there, and it's gone. First Gulls home run of the year, 2021. Barnum, the number 9 hitter, the shortstop, drills one out to deep right center field, and it's 3-2 Gulls.
We talk about it, Lewis Barnum in the 9 spot, but red hot for these Gulls this season. 2 hits tonight, a hit, a double on Monday. And he has been sensational for Kevin Winrow to start the year, and he continues it once again.
Love to see the smile from Barnum as he crosses the plate. That's what it's all about. See the replay there. Nice opposite field swing, drills it up high and deep to right center field, gets it out over that tall fence.
And Ryan, I'll add this. That's not a cheap one. That's out to a really deep part of the park here at Cardines Field, and it sailed over that high fence out there.
Someone's going to have a nice souvenir in their backyard. Another drill out to deep right. Nope, caught by the center fielder. I got a little excited there.
Well, I mean, Cochran's wanted to hit it hard off the bat.
New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
We are back here at Cardines Field, this time up 3-2 from the home run by Barnum. New pitcher entering the ball game from the Gulls. It's Blake Mahmood from Tulane, one of 2 Tulane pitchers on the Gulls roster, the other being Jake Aldrich, who has yet to show up here this summer. Zach, what can you tell us about Mahmood?
Yeah, Mahmood, a rising sophomore at Tulane with the Green Wave. The 3rd best player in the state of Minnesota in the 2020 class. That, of course, from Perfect Game. The 2nd best right-handed pitcher. And he comes from Prairie, Minnesota. All the way from Minnesota to here in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League.
Yeah, Mahmood's 93-mile-an-hour fastball velocity ranked in the 98th percentile amongst respective members of the class of 2020, according to Perfect Game. Little fact for you from his high school days. The right-hander also mixes in a curveball, slider, and changeup and made 2 appearances for the Green Wave as a freshman this spring.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Mahmood coming into this game, obviously it's a little different of a game. If you're the Gulls, you're now just 9 outs away from picking up a win in a 7-inning contest. And if you're Mahmood, just try to keep the train rolling. It's been good. Of course, Keene able to get 2 in that 2nd inning, but the Gulls really able to settle in these last couple of innings, thanks to Tulio and Levangie, and just look to keep things rolling.
Yeah, Zach, the common theme has been strikes. If you throw strikes, you get good results. We'll see if Mahmood can throw strikes out of the gate here. Another high leg kick and a high fastball for a strike. You see that high velocity there. The pop of the mitt again is resounding. Ball misses low and outside. Another fastball from Mahmood.
And we got to remind ourselves, Ryan, Keene's got 2 on the board. They've only got 1 hit so far. This Gull staff maybe struggled to hit the zone at times, but is really locked down when need be and forced and stopped the Swamp Bats from getting base knocks.
1-1 pitch to Naster, actually. Swung on and missed. 1-2 count. So he's getting ahead in the count early on here. Nice to see that. Chopped to second. Here comes Fortin, gets him at first for the out. So quick out for Mahmoud here in the top of the 5th.
That's a routine play over for Joe at second base, rather, and just a Gulls team that, like we've said, they've really started to settle in. Whatever trouble that they've had in these last 2 innings have been able to work out of it. And after Keene's took a 2-0 lead, try saying that 10 times, right? Took a 2-0 lead. These Gulls bats have done the rest.
Low pitch called a strike. We have a pinch hitter here, I think. David Williams has been lifted after a walk and a strikeout in his first 2 at-bats. Foul back. This is number 27, Drake Westcott, University of Louisville, 6'3", 225, from Edwardsville, Illinois. Pinch hitting here with 1 out, top of the 5th, 0-2 count. Misses low and inside. Swing and a miss. Strikeout to Westcott. Mahmoud gets his second out of the inning.
Yeah, the strikeout stuff continues from these Gulls relievers, right, Ryan? First, you had Levangie and you had Barrett out of the bullpen, who both had strikeout stuff. And it's just been dominance, really, by this Gulls bullpen after Jerry came in and was good. Had to give up those 2 runs, but was strong through those 2 innings. This Gulls bullpen has been stellar. No hits and no runs so far.
Strike called, first pitch to Almonte, or Guzman make that. Yeah, Zach, the Swamp Bats tried to take away the platoon advantage from Mahmoud by bringing in up the left-handed hitting Westcott as opposed to Williams, who is right-handed, but it didn't work out for him. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikes here to Guzman. Mahmoud is showcasing dominant stuff here in this outing.
Yeah, and this is what you want. Kind of working like a closer almost. Getting ahead quickly of hitters, not letting them get comfortable at any time. It worked in the last at-bat, and it might work again.
0-2 pitch here. See if he goes right at him. Swing and a miss. And the Gulls hold their lead here going into the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 Gulls.
Royal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Need your Gulls fix? Check out NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League. presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form. And the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Three-two ball game here as we enter into the bottom of the fifth. Gulls on top. We are pleased to be joined in the booth right now by Justin Guerrera. Just came in, Fairfield University. How pleased are you to see the Gulls on top as you come into Newport?
Oh, it's a great feeling. You know, it's great to see the Gulls out here winning games.
Well, Justin, I want to ask you kind of about, your team, really exciting season this year, 37-3. First of all, how is that, just a 28-0 start, just to start the season and be a national story across the country?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. We really started off hot, and our pitching, defense, and hitting really just came together, and it's an awesome feeling to really get some national attention.
Well, I know there was a little bit of, I'm sure, emotion on Selection Monday for you guys. What was kind of that feeling when you found out that you were in and you were going to Austin?
Yeah, it was kind of a surreal experience, surreal feeling. We really didn't know if we were going to get in, and when we did get the selection, it was definitely surreal, and it was good to celebrate with our teammates all in the same room.
Does it feel good to be here in Newport now?
Absolutely, it feels phenomenal.
Yeah, new pitcher in the ball game right here. Lucas Rich of Lehigh University, pitching for the Swamp Bats now. Leading off will be Grayson Moore. First pitch, strike on the outside corner.
Well, Justin, you pitched in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball. You played in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. What are you expecting to be different now that you're here in the New England Collegiate Baseball League?
The level of competition, I think everybody's just really wants to get better here and really wants to compete. Everything's brought up to another level, and I think it's going to be a great experience.
Had a pretty darn good year with Fairfield, if I say so myself. 321 average, 12 homers, 42 RBI.
That one's popped out to short left center. What a play by the shortstop, Bryant. Over the shoulder grab. He must have eyes on the back of his head to make that play.
Ryan, that was effortless. You kidding me? We saw the catch an inning ago from the left fielder Almonte, a diving play, and that one, while it might not show up as a guy diving, it's certainly just as impressive, if not more, to kind of go where he's not looking. As you said, it's almost like he's got eyes in the back of his head.
Well, let me ask you, Justin, as an infielder yourself, what do you think of that play?
He's definitely an acrobat out there. He's making plays, and they made that look easy.
First pitch, down low. Looks like we have a pinch hitter here. That'll be number 7, Peter Cerruto, player of the game on Monday night. Another ball upstairs.
Well, I guess what I was going to say before we saw Web Gem out there at the shortstop. What was working for you this year? Because you had an incredible season and really was the head of this team that started 28-0.
Yeah, I think it's everything really came together for me this year. I think the experience I gained from freshman and sophomore year, even though sophomore year was cut short, I was able to play a little bit of summer ball, and I think that experience really translated over for me into my junior year.
3-0 count to Cerruto here. Strike, pumped in there.
Well, I know you're the only Fairfield guy on this team, but someone who's been around the team, who sat on the buses. This is a group of guys that, just like to make each other laugh and have really become comfortable with each other. Do you know any players on the team? Have you met anyone? And I know you just got here, so I know that answer might not be yes, but just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, no, I haven't been able to meet any of them yet. I haven't met any of them previously either. I stopped into the dugout just to say, hey, what's up? Good luck to the game, and that was about the extent of my visit here so far.
Well, your timing's pretty good. I mean, the Gulls this is their first game of 6 straight games in a row.
All 4 upstairs to Cerruto, so he walks. Well, Justin, I don't know how long you've been here to see this game, but some of the guys in your team have been showcasing some dominant stuff. How excited are you to play behind these pitchers in the infield?
Oh, it's definitely going to be a great experience. I'm happy to be behind these guys, and they're throwing strikes and getting guys out. I'm going to be happy to aid them in that battle.
First pitch strike here. Looks like another pinch hitter here. That'll be number 20.
Yeah, Ryan, it's David Ianucci for the Gulls.
Yeah, I let you take the call on that one.
Well, we asked before the game. We want to make sure, here in the broadcast booth, it's our job. We got to get pronunciations right. I went down to the Keene broadcast before. Michael Neister hitting third for them tonight.
The pitch to Ianucci. Taken for a strike. That's 1-1.
And look at that. Perfect pronunciation by you right there.
Hey,
you love to see it.
I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
There we go. Come on now.
We have to give a high-level performance up here in the booth so Justin can see what the NECBL is all about, right?
Absolutely. You guys are doing a good job so far.
I appreciate it.
That one's taken for strike 3. Beautiful breaking ball there from Rich.
I mean, come on. That's coming from one of the best on one of the team's best in the NCAA tournament this year. But, I mean, 28-0, 37-3, and you guys win a game in the NCAA tournament. What was the kind of the highlight for you this season? If you can pick just one thing, and what was such a great year?
I think that 28-game win streak. I think it showed the resilience we had as a team and really the competition that we put together.
That one's driven to deep right field. Meanwhile, and that's off the fence. Thornton heading for second, and he's in there with a double. Second and third and 2 outs for the Gulls. A rally brewing here.
Stay hot, Joe. I mean, a single in the second inning for Joe Thornton. Not the first extra base that he had on the season. A double in game number 1. And he is making the most of this opportunity he's gotten with the Gulls in that 5 spot. Has been scorching on here to start the season. And for Newport, it's been a low-scoring game. You're looking for insurance runs, and what's a 7-inning game? You're getting closer to a win. An insurance run would be a huge part in accomplishing that.
Speaking of that high fence, Justin, you're coming into Cardines Field, a little bit of different dimensions to say the least.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like this, first of all?
Yeah, first off.
Absolutely not. I was talking earlier to Chuck, and he explained to me the dugouts on the same side, and I thought that was the most unique thing about this field so far.
Ooh, high and inside, but it bounces right off the wood on the backstop.
There you go. That's another thing about Cardines. You can have a wild pitch, but there's not a lot of real estate.
Smart move by catcher Ceruto to hold it third. No one's had to learn behind the plate here better than him. Second year with the Gulls. 2-0 pitch, misses high and inside. 3-0 count here on Cal Perillo. Ball misses low, and that loads the bases here. For C.J. Pitaro.
Yeah, well, Ryan, we saw the Gulls being patient, rather the Swamp Bats being patient in those first couple innings with walks, and now the Gulls with a walk here have really put the pressure on Keene to try to add some insurance in this game.
Visits the mound here by the Swamp Bats coach. A smile from Rich, excuse me. Rich Hill. He had a pretty good month in May. Rich Hill, that is.
Looked like he making the argument to stay in the game, and he won the argument.
Yep, Lucas Rich there. A smile, a nod. If I can read lips like John Boy, it looks like he said, I'm all right. And he's staying in here with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Well, that's setting the bar pretty high, isn't it? I mean, John Boy does it like no one else I've ever seen.
First pitch misses high to Pitaro. So anyways, back to what we were saying about the fence and the dimensions here. Does the outlook of Cardines change your approach at all at the plate?
No, I still just want to get up there and really stick to my approach, hit balls hard up the middle, and really let the outcome be itself. I can only control what I can control, and that's hitting the ball hard.
Absolutely, that's the right mindset right there. We see a 2-0 count here to Pitaro. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 Gulls. Another ball misses high. That's 3-0. Pressure on Rich right here. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded, 3-0, 2 outs.
Yeah, you want to talk about a golden opportunity right here to just smash this game open for the Vandy product.
Guaranteed red light there on 3-0. Takes a pitch right down the middle. 3-1 count. Now you're in a good position to rip. That ball misses high and inside, and that's another run for the Gulls. Rich walks in a run. Ceruto crosses the plate, and that's an RBI for Pitaro.
Well, maybe you're actually not in a good position to rip at it. Not when you get a pitch that's not hittable at all, and that's exactly what CJ just saw at the plate. A 5-pitch walk, or only one of them, was really hittable and all. That's a patient approach, and if you're the Gulls, that's exactly what you need. You still got the sacks packed, and you got another run across the board.
First pitch misses high to Kylie. The Stonehill product. In a good position. Swings and misses at a high pitch. Fouls and tips it back, rather. Still a 1-1 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Kylie takes one low and outside. Good eye right there. 2-1 count. He batted .400 at Stonehill this spring. Let's see if he can continue the hot streak into the summer. Swing and a miss at another high fastball. That seems to be the spot to get Kylie. High velocity from Rich here. He's got the jersey untucked. He's ready to rip and fire. Kylie takes it high and outside. 3-2 count here. The runner's going to be on the move.
A lot of good things can happen when you have a patient approach at the plate, Ryan, and it's worked to the Gulls' favor. And if you're Rich, you have to come right after Kylie here.
Here's the pitch. Taken high and away, ball 4. He walks in another. This time it's Fortin crossing the plate, and an RBI for Kylie right there.
Well, we just talked about a patient approach, didn't we? I mean, it's working to perfection for these Gulls right now. You don't need to swing the bat and you're not getting pitches in the zone, and that's exactly what's happening for Rich, who clearly has seemed to lost the zone here a little bit.
Here comes Barnum now. He's had a big day at the plate. Home run, single. Takes the pitch. That's a strike. Up and in. Wasn't a great frame job by the catcher, but they get the call regardless. Rich delivers. Another high strike call, this time high and outside. Barnum didn't like either of those pitches, but he's got to be tough with 2 here. 0-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded, Gulls up 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Good take, misses just outside. Went with the breaking ball there, did Rich. 1-2 count now on Barnum. Might not be a better hitter to have at the plate right now. Ball skips up. Here he comes heading home. Perillo scores on a wild pitch by Rich.
Well, we mentioned he had lost the zone, and nothing the catcher Guzman could have done about that. Skipped high over his head, and actually so high, Ryan, that I think if it hits this wood, it gets a good carom off of this wall. But it hits the fence, and you don't really get much of a bounce, and that worked perfectly for the Gulls to allow Perillo to scamper home.
Yeah, that ball bounced well in front of the plate. As Barnum takes one up high there.
And he's worked his way back from 0-2 all the way to 3-2. Making Rich really beat him at the plate with a strike, and right now he's not.
Another pitch high, and that's a walk. And that reloads the bases there. Tough outing for Rich here. Big day for Barnum. That's now a single, a home run, and a walk.
That's done all you could have wanted for the Gulls in that 9 spot, right? And really has given yourself an opportunity. It's a 4-run game, but if there was any doubt about trying to put this game to bed, Sam Cochran can change that with 1 swing.
Yep, Cochran, the only Gulls hitter in the lineup to not have an at-bat this inning. That's a strike. That's a low strike call right there. Cochran did not like that call at all. Nevertheless, it's 0-1.
Well, Justin, as you're watching your team here for the first time, is there something that you're looking forward to the most this season with the Gulls?
Oh, I love the approach that these guys have. I think it's they're really patient and they're really working these counts, and I think it's going to be something that we're going to work on all year, is working the opponent, working the pitcher, and really getting these long at bats and scoring a lot of runs.
I think you'll fit right in with that lineup.
Absolutely.
In the season that you had.
1-1 count here on Cochran. He swings and rips one down the right field line. That's past the first baseman. 1 run's in. Here comes Kylie to the plate. He scores. Throw to second is no throw to second. It's a sliding double from Sam Cochran. His second hit of the ball game, a 2-run double.
Well, Ryan, we talk about breaking it open. That is breaking it open. A 5 spot. 5 runs for the Gulls in this 5th inning. The latest by your leadoff man, Sam Cochran, who has been outstanding for these Gulls here and now, game number 3. A quintessential leadoff hitter, and you're seeing why right there. Just pulled it perfectly down that right field line, and it's the biggest lead for the Gulls. Can now try to kind of maybe coast through these last couple innings here, now up 6.
Yeah, that ball actually thumped off the building just down the right field line. First pitch strike to the pinch hitter.
Now it's Bobby Leitzel for the Gulls, who had played on Thursday. Had a big night with a couple hits. Did not play on Monday.
Fouls one back. Big rip there from Leitzel.
And Ryan, you mentioned down there in right field how this is just such a different facility when you talk about you have the scoreboard, you have the warehouse right behind it. It's a little scary if you're a right fielder. That's the first thing. But then balls that can go down the line can carry them off and take a weird bounce.
Ball in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher there. Guzman, athletic play behind the plate, saves Rich another run.
And he's been working tonight, right? Had a couple pitches in the dirt, and had a pitch that was over his head, and has done a good job for these Swamp Bats to try to prevent more runs for scoring for the Gulls.
1-2 count on Leitzel. Take strike 3. Fastball paints the inside corner. Rich finally gets out of the inning, but the Gulls are up 8-2.
Well, Justin, thanks so much for joining us in the booth. Can't wait to see you out there this season with the Gulls.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
We appreciate your time, Justin.
All right. I'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
What an inning for our Gulls. Gulls fans, our next contest is a new game we like to call Tire Race. Brought to you by a familiar sponsor in Newport Jeep. Family and owned, operated business for years, offering exciting sales and service. They've got competitive pricing, parts and service, reconditioning, and so much more. All right, I'm joined with Keene and Corey right at the third base line. And here tonight, they're competing for a chance to win a Newport Gulls hat. So they're going to race their tires down there. They're going to go around gully, come right back. First one back wins the hat. On your mark, get set, let's go! Make sure we go around gully. All right, Corey rounds the turn first. First one is a close one. All good here? All right, tire race for the aces. We'll call that a tie. You guys will both get Gulls hats. Big round of applause for them both. Now, remember, this is brought to you by Newport Jeep, located in Middletown, providing a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service with a smile. And fans, don't forget, our snack bar is open down the first base line with all your ballpark favorites. Stay hydrated and fill up on some hot dogs, hamburgers down the first base line. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a pitching change. Now pitching for your Newport Gulls, number 31, Bo Rudy. This call to the bullpen brought to you by BB Collectibles, your one-stop shop for all the sports cards and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for the stars of the future today or yesteryear, BB Collectibles is your place. Located at 269 Spring Street, right across from the historic St. Mary's Church.
A massive 5-run bottom of the 5th puts the Gulls up 8-2. New pitcher in the ball game for the Gulls, Bo Broody. The Newport product. Rhode Island product, actually.
Yeah,
University of Rhode Island
You got
product. South Kingston High School pitcher. Spent his entire career in the Ocean State. First pitch. Called a ball.
Yeah, he knows this park pretty well, if I say so myself. Another member of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League back here in 2020.
Another pitch. Called a strike on that one. Good pitch.
I made 6 appearances here at Cardines Field last year. 18 1/3 innings, a 1.47 ERA.
Here's the pitch. Chopped up in front of the plate. That's going to be a tough play for Barnum. Bare hands. It throws over to first. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. That would have been quite the play. What a night for Barnum if he makes that play.
I mean, he's probably your player of the game right now if we had to check, or at least one of them in that play right there. Oh, man, a barehanded charging the baseball, a ball that's not hit too hard, so he was forced to barehand it to have any shot, but it was just going to be a very, very difficult play.
So that's a leadoff single there for Almonte. So Broody goes into the stretch here. Fires that first pitch in for a strike. The Gulls are coming out with heat tonight. You hear the pop of that mitt? These fastballs are being fired into the zone. 0-1 count here on Groff. Swings and fouls one off of Ceruto. Or excuse me, Wood behind the plate. Or actually, looks like that's Brigman behind the plate.
Well, Ceruto had came in to pinch hit in the previous inning.
Oh, no,
and might be giving Wood a little bit of a rest.
That is Ceruto. Looked like number 4 from up here. It's actually the cross of the catching gear. Made it look like a 4.
Yeah, you can see with the gear. It can be a little confusing.
Soft toss over to first. Almonte gets back to the bag. Almonte made a fantastic diving catch earlier in the ball game as that pitch misses outside. Showed that speed in the outfield. Certain have good speed on the bases as well. Smart of Broody to take a look over there. One-two count here. Fouls it off the plate. That's a foul. I would assume if he fouled it off the plate that it would be a foul.
It wouldn't, of course, wouldn't count. You never want to see a ball off the foot or a ball off of the plate, but that's Broody on the mound. This is a guy that he pitched in Cardines last year. He was also a goal in 2019. 4 2/3 innings for the Gulls. Cardines almost become a second home now in his third year pitching here.
Broody from the stretch. Check swing on a ball that gets behind Ceruto. Looks like he held up. 2-2 count. Now, one thing Broody has done fantastically at the University of Rhode Island is limit the long ball. Just one home run in 40 2/3 career innings. That's an outstanding rate of .2 home runs per 9 innings. Swing and a miss. Broody gets him. Another Gulls reliever showcasing dominant stuff in this ball game.
Well, these Keene Swamp Bats, bats have had no answer for this Gulls bullpen. Two runs in the second inning, but since then, 1 hit and a big old goose egg. No runs for the Swamp Bats since this Gulls bullpen's taken over.
You referred to him mistakenly right there as the Queen Swamp Bats, but I'll tell you what, they were saying don't stop me now earlier in this ball game, but the Gulls came rushing back 8-2.
With the puns now. There we go.
Hey, it's getting late in the ball game. We got to pull out some stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Check over to first. Doesn't get him. Almonte, uniform covered in dirt here.
Well, I made that beautiful play out in left field. couple innings back, a diving play.
Pitch in the dirt, gets by Ceruto. Tough to block that one. That's definitely going to be a wild pitch there. Almonte advances a second on the play. That will lead to a mound visit by Ceruto. Perhaps a little mix-up there, but I don't think he was blocking that pitch even if he knew it was coming.
That was a pitch that was hit hard in the dirt and just, yeah, it was going to be tough for Ceruto. Had to go kind of far side to try to block that baseball, and still something to work with one down and a 6-run lead.
Yeah, that hard-packed dirt in front of home plate has led to a lot of action tonight. Here's the pitch. Inside, but called a strike. The Gulls will take it there. Ceruto framing that back in the zone.
Well, ever since that second inning, and I guess third inning when Keene had that 7-walk stretch, these Gulls pitchers have really been pounding the zone.
1-1 pitch, 2 outs, man at second. Rudy delivers. That's a broken bat, I think, to first base. Carrillo fields it on the hop, tags the bag, and that ends the inning. Gulls still up 8-2, heading into the 6th. Or that's 2 outs, excuse me. Looks like our scoreboard display might have had a little mistake there. So the inning will continue. The runner moves over to third on the play.
Yeah, and still an opportunity for the Swamp Bats. You got a runner 90 feet away, but it would take a lot with the inning that Newport just had. The offensive fireworks show, it would take a lot for the Swamp Bats to get back in.
Pitch misses up and away for Broody. Melendez now at the plate. 2 strikeouts for him. He's trying to avoid the hat trick here. Third base coach giving Almonte a little talk over here, perhaps about the strange dimensions behind home plate. That ball misses low. Broody wanted that one, though.
I'm sure that's a talking point, right? I mean, this is a field that there really is. This is maybe a cliche thing to say, but there really is no other field like Cardines Field. But between the dugouts, behind home plate, the dimensions out in the outfield, it's really one of a kind.
Pitch from Broody. Swung on and fouled back by Melendez. 2-1 count now. Broody trying to keep the Swamp Bats deficit to 6. That pitch is pumped in there. Resounding strike by Broody with the fastball. Melendez thought about it, but he didn't have any time. That ball was in the mitt. 2-2 pitch now. Broody would love it for it to be a punch out. Ball misses low. It's going to be a full count now to Melendez. 3-2, 2 outs. Gulls up 8-2, runner on third here. Swamp Bats need to capitalize here if they want any hope of coming back. That ball misses up and away. And that's something you absolutely just cannot do when you're up by 6 runs. Cannot put runners on base.
Yeah, and goodbye Melendez there. Of course, you mentioned one swing of the bat can't tie this game. And if you're trying to chip away, if you're Keene, it's not a bad way to start. You need base runners, and it was a patient approach that worked for them in the second inning when they got 2 on 4 walks. And there you go. There's another walk, and it gives you an opportunity to at least cut into this score a little bit more.
So it brings back up the top of the order. Mikey Edelman swings and flies one out to left field. Left fielder comes in and makes the play, and that will end the inning. Gulls still up 8-2 as Broody escapes the jam.
Suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July
Bottom of the 6th, we go. The Gulls 3 outs away from a victory. And a pitching change for the Keene Swamp Bats as they look to prevent Newport from extending a 6-run lead now. It's Erie Baldiak out of the pen for the Keene Swamp Bats. We mentioned Brody, the pitcher for the Gulls. He knows this park because he played in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League. Erie Baldiak, another guy that pitched in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League a year ago. He made 2 starts at this ballpark here at Cardines Field. And he comes from Rhode Island College. He faces the new Gulls catcher Peter Cerruto to start things off. Here comes the first pitch. Bit upstairs.
That ball just clanked right off of Melendez's mitt. Almost like he was trying to frame that one a little too hard.
Yesterday's South Coast Health Player of the Game, and for a pretty good reason, if I say so myself. First game for the 2019 Gull back here in 2021. Pair of hits, a 2 RBI double. That was part of the difference for Newport. Contributed to that big 5-run inning in the 5th, the last full inning that the Gulls got before, well, the Fog had other ideas. Check swing from Cerruto on a fastball in there for a strike.
Yeah, I'm sure Cerruto is thrilled to be back in the lineup, especially since he was swinging the bat so well.
1 ball and 1 strikes to the catcher from Rutgers University. Baldiak fires, and Cerruto hits this one back over our heads and over near the fire station behind us.
No need for alarm. I know Cerruto is scorching hot, but...
There's another punt from Mr. Ryan Medeiros here on the air. Righty Baldiak sets, now delivers. Cerruto checked his swing again. Did he go? He did.
Oof. That's an 8-2 ball game call right there.
I think Cerruto might disagree with that call. Just making a little prediction based off the reaction we got.
Yep, that's a tough call right there.
Cerruto goes down on strikes. Another Gulls catcher hitting in the DH spot tonight. David Iannicelli. How about a Rhode Island College anchorman against a Rhode Island College anchorman here in the bottom of the 6th? First pitch to him. Fastball in there for a strike.
This should be an enticing matchup. You get teammates going up against each other. They know each other's weaknesses. They know each other's strengths. Always good for bragging rights within the clubhouse.
Big cut to miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Iannicelli. 8 runs on 9 hits tonight for the Gulls. Another offensive fireworks show. 8 runs Monday, 8 runs tonight. 7 runs on Thursday. On a performance to start the season. Pitch. Outside. 1-2 to Iannicelli.
Good job by Iannicelli here. Gets down the count early, working his way back up.
Well, he comes from Johnston, Rhode Island, and Johnston High School. Following in the footsteps of his mother, who was a Johnston High School Hall of Famer as a softball player. 1-2. Breaking ball in there on the outside part, strike 3. Pair of strikeouts opens the appearance for Erie Baldiak, and there's 2 down in the 6th.
Up to bat, number 9, Joe.
Now it's Joe Fortin, the second baseman for the Gulls. Had a strong night tonight for Newport. Couple of hits and has really had a strong campaign to start the year. First RBI on the season for Newport. It was an RBI ground down on Thursday, followed out with a double against Valley. First pitch. Sharp breaking ball in there for a strike.
Really good stuff here from Baldiak.
This is Baldiak's second appearance with the Swamp Bats this season. After pitching 2 innings earlier in the year. Another breaking ball, another strike. Really working to drop in that curveball to perfection to Fortin.
One more strike to potentially wipe out the side.
No balls and 2 strikes. The Rhode Island College pitcher ahead of the University of Rhode Island second baseman. Here comes the 0-2.
This time he goes to the fastball, nearly nicked Fortin.
That would not have felt good. That ball was ticketed right for his kneecap.
Able to get out of the way.
Yeah, quick feet by Fortin.
He's got some quick reflexes. We saw the second baseman make a nice catch on a liner earlier in this game. What a night he's had.
As I was saying earlier, for kind of a bigger guy, he's making some pretty slick plays over there at second, showing some athleticism.
1-2 is a breaking ball with this one, way out of the zone. It's 2-2.
Fortin, not your prototypical second baseman. Like I said, my comp for him, Max Muncy. We had a Tyler Glass now, a Max Muncy, Billy Butler. We're getting some major league representation here.
Deuces wild in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 6-run lead for the Gulls on Wednesday night. Here it comes. Fastball blooper in the right as a bunch of fielders converge on it, and the center fielder Neister is there to make the play. 1-2-3 go the Gulls in the bottom of the 6th, but they still lead by 6 over the Keene Swamp Bats. 3 outs to get for a Gulls winner here on Wednesday night, here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
This is Newport Gulls baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Well, he started the night out in left field, and now he's on the mound for the Newport Gulls. Grayson Moore, the Vanderbilt two-way guy, will look to polish this one off for the Gulls as we are in the 7th inning. Won't be any time to stretch tonight because the Gulls hoping that this one is over after 3 outs.
Absolutely, and hey, Shohei Ohtani has been all the rage in the major leagues this year. How about a two-way player right here on your Newport Gulls in the NECBL?
And how about it? He was great for the Gulls. 1 for 2 yesterday, and his first appearance as a Newport Gull now on the bump. He did it 5 times for the Commodores this season. On a Vanderbilt team that has had an outstanding year. The number 4 overall seed in this year's NCAA tournament. As he talks to his Commodore teammate, CJ Pizzaro, who heads back to third, and now will look to lock this one down. 3 outs to get for a Gulls winner. It's Newport by 8 as we land in the top of the 7th inning. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Keene. A last opportunity for the Swamp Bats, who have just 1 hit and no runs since the 2nd inning. 2 hits for the ball game for the 2019 defending NECBL champions. Coming in as shipping up to Boston. First pitch is a high chopper to Lewis Barnum. The backhand to fire over to first, and it's beaten out by Bryant.
Good pick by Perillo there on the end. Keep the ball in front of him.
Well, Shipping Up to Boston is such a good song. You almost have to play it after the play, don't you? And what a song to come out to. Of course, former Red Sox closer, Jonathan Papelbon. It's the song he came out to. Not a bad song for a closer. One of the better closers in Red Sox history. Bryant, the runner at first for Michael Neitzer.
You have to wonder if that was any inspiration here for more.
Well, if you're a closer, I mean, there's very few options. I feel like you have a few options. You need a song that's going to get you pumped up, and they have some of the best pump-up songs. This one's hit back to the screen.
Famously, Hell's Bells, Trevor Hoffman, Enter Sandman, Mariano Rivera, some absolute classics right there.
That's what you realize about a good closer. All the good closers have seemingly all had great walk-up songs. Hopefully more is in the mix for that next wave of great closers. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, soft chopper, fielded by Fortin. A couple steps in, now to the bag. He got him. Joe Fortin, a fine play to move in and fire the ball over to first base to get Neitzer by half a step, and there's one away.
And isn't that nice how that works out? We were just talking about Fortin last inning, making some slick plays over there at second. Comes in on a high hopper. I thought that ball was going to be an infield single. Makes the play and whips it over to first for the out.
Had to cover some ground. 2 more outs to get for the Gulls. It's the cleanup man. And his second at bat of the ball game came in to pinch hit Drake Westcott for Keene. He pinch hit for David Williams earlier in this game. Runner at second is David Bryant after he reached on an infield single. And a big lead off of second. Big cut and a miss from Westcott. It's 0-2. That hit from Bryant was just the 3rd hit of the night for these Swamp Bats. The Swamp Bats have been silenced tonight. 0-2 is a liner into left field, going to get past the dive of Barnum for a base hit. Well, Bryant had to hold it second to make sure that got through. He advances to third, and a single for Westcott has runners on the corners with 1 out.
You know, they had Westcott shifted just a little bit up the middle, something you don't quite see that often in the NECBL, I would imagine. With these college guys, the scouting reports aren't too advanced. We've seen a lot of shifts in the major leagues lately, but Westcott, nevertheless, staying back on it, punching it to that left side.
A positive for the Gulls. Ground ball can end this ball game. First pitch is outside to Carlos Guzman. The battery mate tonight for the Keene Swamp Bats. Runners on first and third with 1 out in the 7th. Fastball chopped off the leg of Guzman. It's 1-1. A reminder, this is the first of 6 straight ball games for the Newport Gulls. A trip out to Mystic, Connecticut tomorrow night. Mystic twice, Bristol twice, men in the middle with a matchup with Ocean State. Pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. 2-1. Westcott on first and Bryant on third. High and inside. Did he check his swing in time? He did. And it's 3-1. Eight runs on 9 hits for the Gulls, 2 runs on 4 hits for the Swamp Bats. Down to their last 2 outs in this game. Big cut and a miss on a pitch upstairs. He couldn't hold it up that time. It's 3-2.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, if you're the Swamp Bats, you're wishing he took that pitch right there. Need runners on base if you have any hope of coming back.
Likely ball 4. Now it's the 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Fastball hit back to the screen. Do it again. Three and 2. The count to the Northwest Florida State College catcher, Carlos Guzman. Hit .305 with Northwest Florida State this past season. 3-2. Fastball shot in the air. This one may remain in play. On the right side, Perillo looking for it, and he makes the catch.
Clear night tonight. No worries about fog on that one.
Well, Monday, as you kind of harped on it, Ryan, maybe a little different of a story. Fog was dangerous out here. We saw 3 fly balls fall within the infield, within the outfield, and all not really playable weather, and hence didn't get a full 9. But tonight, looking to finish a full 7. The Gulls 1 out away from a victory in this exhibition contest against the Keene Swamp Bats. First pitch comes in to Almonte, hits it high in the air behind home plate. Ceruto looking to make a play, and it takes a loud thump basically right above us.
This wood's been here for a while. We mentioned how old Cardines is. I was hoping that one was going to come through any wood up there.
Got some insurance right above us, to keep us from getting blasted in the face.
Despite the age of the ballpark.
If that wasn't the case, I might have brought my glove.
The bleachers are in good shape here.
Ever better. 0-1 coming. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Grayson Moore attacking these hitters. 1 strike away. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the 7th. The pitch from Moore. Fastball hit back to the fence. Almonte has been on base several times tonight and had a beautiful diving play in left field to rob a base hit. Got an opportunity with runners on first and third, but down to his last strike for Keene. The pitch. Breaking ball. Did he check his swing? It's strike 3. That's a Newport Gulls winner. The Gulls come out on top over the Keene Swamp Bats here on Wednesday night by a score of 8-2. We'll be back in action tomorrow. What a win for Newport. High fives on the pitcher's mound. And Ryan, this was a game where the pitching really settled in and the bats really heated up later in the game.
Zach, lots of positives from this ball game. If there's one thing the Gulls need to shape up if they want to continue this success, is control on the mound. But the guys flashed dominant stuff. All relievers that came in, even our starter Cherry, showed good stuff on the mound. High fastball velocity. Just got to hope these guys keep good control, and this could be a really dominant pitching staff moving forward.
You talk about the pitching staff, one that settled in, kind of a similar story on Monday against the Valley Blue Sox. 3 early runs for Valley, but they settle in after that. And tonight started with Justin Cherry. You mentioned it, pitched 2 innings for the Gulls. Barrett and Lavangi behind him, and Grayson Moore started this game in left field and slams the door on the Keene Swamp Bats for an 8-2 victory. Well, Ryan, I'll step aside, let you break down this game, other scores from around the NECBL as we look for tonight's player of the game here at Newport, here between the Gulls and the Swamp Bats. You can take a break. You can go around the league, break this one down however you'd like to handle it. I'll let you take it away.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. What an exciting ball game. You thought Monday was exciting. How about this ball game on Wednesday? Despite it being an exhibition game, doesn't really count towards the standings, but you saw a potential NECBL championship matchup between these two teams. Newport coming on top, 8-2. How exciting was it to see the pitching staff come in and dominate like they did? I was getting a little nervous, I'm sure you were too, when Cherry came in the first inning, struggled with his control. But he came back, kept the game in check. We saw guys come in. Seamus Barrett, how about that Louisville product? He's going to be fun to watch this year. Flashing dominant velocity, a dominant breaking ball. He barely broke it out in this game. But that's going to be a pitch to keep an eye on moving forward. I call him Tyler Glass now. You call him Seamus Barrett. Seamus Barrett might be developing his own name moving forward. He's a potential MLB draft prospect. Keep an eye on him moving forward. He did struggle a little with the control, but if he can control that, if he can harness his control moving forward, he could be an absolutely unhittable pitcher. Coming out of the bullpen, looks like some cars running by are excited as well. You can hear them revving in the background. Gulls winner. People all around downtown Newport are excited, but look, Seamus Barrett coming in, dominating. If he can harness that control, he could be a potential really good starter as Zach heads down for the post-game interview there. He'll be down there in a moment. We'll see if he talks with the potential player of the game, Lewis Barnum. How about have a day, Lewis Barnum? Almost made a couple really, really good plays defensively. At the plate, you can't ask for any better than this. Single in the first inning, home run. First Gulls home run that we've seen. In the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th there, put them up 3-2. That was a huge hit at that time. And then he capped it off with a walk in his last plate appearance in the bottom of the 5th. Have a day, Lewis Barnum. I can't wait to hear what he has to say after the game. I'm sure Zach will be heading down, potentially talking to him coming forward. So that's going to be an interview that you want to stay in tune for. But the Gulls bats continued their liveliness that they showed in the first 2 games. We mentioned 13 hits on last Thursday, 9 on Monday. Just racking them up tonight. I haven't added up the total yet, but double digits hits, I would have to imagine. The Swamp Bats, we're drawing walks. We didn't see a whole lot of action from them in terms of hits in that column. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. 9 hits for the home team, 4 for the away team, so they outscored the Swamp Bats by a good margin in that category. Dominated on the mound as well. The walks are a category that they're going to have to shore up. That's an area you simply cannot put hitters on and expect to continue to excel in that category on the mound. But hey, dominant stuff will play anytime. If you're going to load the bases and then strike out the side, hey, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to put the fans' blood pressure up, but it's going to create some excitement as well, and it's going to get the job done. If they continue whiffing batters at a high rate, it's going to be really good to see for the Gulls moving forward. And hey, if you continue hitting the ball hard, we saw them hit the ball hard in the first inning. Couple lefties coming up, putting a charge into the ball. Matt Wood, namely, hit a double. I mean, Cochran was getting rather unlucky early on. We saw in his first 2 at-bats in the last 2 games hit lasers to left field, but just simply did not drop for hits. You continue to hit the ball hard, good results will come eventually. You know, you might get unlucky at certain points, but ultimately, if you continue hitting the ball hard, good results will happen. We saw in the first inning, it was almost lopsided. The first couple innings, we saw some slow dribblers that ended up going for hits. We saw some hard hit balls that ended up going for outs. By the end of the game, the hits were dropping all over the place. Hard hit balls, the home run by Barnum, a couple doubles to deep left center. We saw, you know, the ball off the wall in the first inning. A lot of good defensive action in this game, and that's something that you want to see moving forward if you're a Gulls fan. Come on down here to Cardines. The guys are absolutely ripping the ball. The pitchers are striking guys out at a high rate. It creates for a really exciting game for the Gulls. Let's see if Zach's down there. I think he's going to be heading down for his post-game interview in just a moment. Let's see who he's got down there. I don't know if they're ready to go. If not, I'm happy to chat with you guys for a couple more minutes while Zach gets set. Talk about this exciting ball game. We saw dominant stuff. How about, by the way, I haven't even talked about it yet, the dual position player. We're talking about Moore starting the game in left field and then coming into pitch. How exciting is that? We're talking about guys like Shohei Ohtani, who hits and pitches, and then we're having a guy in the NECBL doing the same thing. And this isn't just a token guy they brought in because they were up 6 runs. Moore actually pitched and hit at Vanderbilt. Had a fair amount of success doing both. I think his ERA was a little bit higher on the mound, but hey, in a short sample size, pitching at a really high level, that's something you just don't see that often. We saw Brandon McKay in the Tampa Bay system. He's had some arm surgery, so he hasn't been pitching for them as of late, but he's a guy who's done that dual position pitching and hitting on the mound as well. But in the NECBL, seeing Grayson Moore coming into pitch to close out the ball game, it's just something that's just so exciting. It's something that you don't see that often and something that we really should all appreciate, Gulls fans or not. It's something that you want to look at and just be excited about. Other moments in this game I'm trying to think of as we're waiting for Zach down there. Another guys with multi-hit games or who played a big role at the plate. Connor Kiley had a hit, came around to score, walked, came around to score. Great game by him. I'm looking at another guy, Joe Fortin. The second baseman made a slick play towards the end of the game. He had a single, came around to score in the bottom of the second, had a double and came around to score in the bottom of the fifth. Couple RBIs for him as well. Fantastic day at the plate for Fortin and Kiley. Another guy to keep an eye on, Matt Wood, walked and came around to score, had a single as well, 2 times on base for Wood. Or excuse me, that was Ceruto that came in substitution and came around and scored. But fantastic day for the Gulls catchers. We'll see if Zach's getting ready down there pretty soon. This could be an interview you want to stick around for. Lewis Barnum, home run, single, walk on the day, run scored, RBI. Great day for him. Made some decent plays defensively. Looks like Zach's waiting around down there. I'm not sure if we're going to be tuning in over to him in a moment, but again, the pitchers showed impressive swing and miss stuff tonight. If you're just tuning in now and you're catching the post-game interview to wrap it up for you guys, fantastic swing and miss stuff from Seamus Barrett. We saw a couple other guys come in relief. Bo Broody, the homegrown Rhode Island product, URI pitcher, came in and closed out and had a hold and pitched well late in the game and held the deficit for the Swamp Bats. Really good performance by him. Obviously Moore, the left fielder, coming into pitch. Really exciting to see for him. This was a fantastic day for the Newport Gulls. Even though it was an exhibition, doesn't actually count towards the stats, just for you guys who are wondering. This was a really good day for the Newport Gulls moving forward to get the bats rolling, get the pitchers feeling good on the mound. We're waiting for Zach down there for your post-game interview. Coming up in just a few moments, so Lewis Barnum, I would imagine, is going to be the player of the game.
Zach Letson joined by South Coast Health player of the game, Lewis Barnum, the Newport Gulls shortstop. Lewis, a single, a home run, a walk, a 2-for-2 day for you. What was working for you out there tonight?
Seeing the ball well as of recent, putting good swings on pitches that I can hit. Pretty much it.
We had a double yesterday and then a big day tonight in your first 2 games here at Cardinals. You must like playing in this place, huh?
Love it. I'm glad I got to come out here and play this summer. Thankful for my coaches that helped put this together for me.
Well, you've been the Gulls' oddest hitter really as of late. How do you continue that? Because your team's got 5 games in the next 5 days, not a lot of off time after a couple off days here. How do you kind of continue, stay focused, and really continue that hot stretch?
It's a collective effort as a team, you know. It's not just one person, all of us coming together, putting together good at-bats. That's how offense works.
Well, Lewis, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
All right. All right, that'll do it for us from Cardines Field. The Gulls winners in 7 innings over the Keene Swamp Bats by a score of 8-2. We'd like to thank Ryan Medeiros, my broadcast partner, Tom Lima, our producer, and everyone else behind the scenes, Shannon Carlson, John Perrick, everyone else that made tonight's broadcast possible. The Gulls will be back in action tomorrow against the Mystic Sooners. But for now, that's all we've got. Final score for a final time, Newport 8 and Keene 2. That's all we've got from the City by the Sea.